Is this thing on?
Hello.
Is this thing on?
Hello.
Oh my God, I'm shy. What if I don't know what to do? Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another rendition, another episode, another vibe of the show we like to call The Receipts Podcast. Welcome to episode 300, better known as episode 300.
Yeah.
And what a great moment. That is actually like a rounded episode, and it's also today, this date that this episode goes out is the last day that you can apply to take our seats. The deadline is the 8th of July at midnight.
Yep.
We have had great applications, but if you haven't thrown your hat into the ring, we suggest throwing your hat into the ring before the end of the day. Because once the day ends,
That's the end of the day.
that's the end of the day.
It's over.
And that's the end of it all.
Yeah, no, definitely. I just can't believe how flipping fast
It's gone so quick. When we announced it felt like July was absolutely
No,
ages
literally,
ago.
I was like, oh, we're giving them too much time. But no, clearly not
No.
enough because it's flown.
The race is on to get out of the bottom. So yeah, make sure you apply. I think our new host is already in the mix. I think they're already there.
I hope so. I hope so.
Because if they're not, we're like, let's open this up a
we
little
might have to-
longer.
we might have to extend the process a little
In
bit
case
longer.
you missed it, we're opening up.
Yeah.
If you ever hear that we're opening up a little longer, it's because we're like, the people on this
we
list
didn't find
ain't cutting
anybody.
it. Ain't cutting it. So yeah, please do apply if you are interested. Don't be shy. I had so many people come to me to be like, oh my God, I really want to apply. I'm just like, then just do it.
You've got nothing to lose and potentially everything to gain.
Yes, come like Nike, and just do it. Also, Mike, many of Mikes have just done it. Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, other Mikes.
Oh, yeah. What other famous Michaels are there? Do you know what, yeah? When I was younger, I used to think Michael Jackson was the first person to be called Michael.
What kind of obsession is
When
this?
I was little, when I was
Wait, you
young.
never met any other kids called Michael? Michael's such a popular name.
And especially as a Ghanaian, Michael and Derek, those are the names.
Yeah.
Like, especially Michael. Oh my God, every Ghanaian is called Michael. But no, it just never occurred to me. I was just like, but the thing is, the first. So even if I did know younger ones,
Oh, you felt like they were
came
named after
the
Michael
great.
Jackson.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, fair.
And then later on, I realised that was absolutely asinine.
I do think like the name you give your kids is quite like I imagine like someone somewhere's named their child Beyonce. And that feels almost definitely after Beyonce.
100%.
I don't think there was a
No one thought of that on their
there
own,
wasn't
I'm
a
so
Beyonce
sorry.
before Beyonce.
Yeah, no.
You cannot convince me.
There was a salon in Peckham called Beyonce's.
Yeah, probably named after Beyonce.
And it was definitely inspired by
There was
Beyonce,
also like a
Giselle
Nollywood
Knowles
film
Carter.
called Beyonce versus Rihanna.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Nollywood, yeah.
Nollywood has done wonders with people's images, people's names, whatever the hell it wants. It has absolutely done it. But there was not
Oh,
Beyonce
that's
before
hilarious.
Beyonce, the first of her kind.
Yeah, no,
Every other is a counterfeit.
She's got to be. But isn't that even not an abbreviation, but like they kind of like changed it a little bit because isn't it Beyonce?
I have no idea.
So basically, I think Tina's her Mama Knowles. Her surname, her maiden name is Beyonce. So instead of the O, there's an I.
Right, okay.
And then they switched that out, put the O, and that's where they got Beyonce from.
Interesting.
Yeah, so.
But like to be
very
called
unique.
after that is crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a
don't do
basketball
that.
player now where his name is the name of a already famous basketball, but it's not LeBron. But his name is like that. I think it might be Michael Jordan. I think they've also named the kid Michael Jordan. It's kind of like I don't know. This is a hard name to.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to follow.
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
you know what I mean? That's entirely too much pressure.
Like, give him more of luck or something. But like,
exactly.
hey, whoever
and then don't
know,
you feel like you have to go into basketball after you call your son Michael?
But I do think some things are self-fulfilling prophecies. Like I will always say, although people are like, oh, like strict parenting or whatever. I remember after watching the film about Serena Williams and hers and Venus, I was like, yeah, absolutely fair.
Yeah.
Because their dad was adamant, you lot are going to play tennis. You're going
successful.
to play tennis. They ain't no other choice. And I'm sure people will be like, oh no, let them be free and do what they want. I'm just like, look at Serena and Venus now, who are actually going back to Wimbledon.
Yeah.
I really want to go to Wimbledon.
That's how you know. Like, I mean, not that I know much about tennis, but it feels like they're going back because the game needs them.
It does.
That's
It
what
does.
it's
Yeah.
giving. Do you know what I mean?
It
That's what it's
absolutely
giving.
does.
We need that excellence. But I used to be the same. I used to be like, when you come from an African household, you are reared in a certain way. And so I feel like when I was trying to go against the grain, my whole thing was like, no, you've got to give your kids freedom, blah, blah, blah. Now it's reverted. As I'm getting older, I realize that I have more conservative views about certain things, or more traditional views that are truly like, no, they're truly my beliefs. Like, you know, you have some time to kind of unpack things and realize like how much of this is like conditioning and been forced upon me, and how much of this do I actually inherently believe. And some of it I actually do inherently believe. And I feel the same about that kind of parenting, obviously minus the abuse and forcing them and all the rest of it. But I do feel like if you see a talent in your child, I do think that like you should encourage it and you should nurture it and you should do everything in your power to make them the greatest in that thing if you see the potential.
Do you know what I just wish? I wish my mum was more ambitious, because she just made me to be a wife. Like, let us have thought bigger.
Yeah.
She just raised me to be a good woman who can cook and who can be a good wife. And I just wish she was more ambitious to be like, what can I actually rear you into that is not for the aim of pleasing a man? Because my mum just raised me to be like, my mum was always, I remember from like young, come to the kitchen, come on, because one day you'll cook for your husband. One day I was just like, bruh.
Yeah. No, exactly. It was always, one day you're going to be someone's wife, blah, blah, blah. You must learn how to cook and all of this shit. But now I just feel like I'm glad that like we live in the world that we live in, so that we can give our kids more options. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so much more to life. In fact, there's so much discussion at the moment about trad wives and how they kind of just go again. And like, I get it why like the really intense feminists are just like, you are setting us back with this rhetoric, because a lot of them are they're doing these workshops now, and they have these classes where they encourage other young girls and they get them young. Like, they have these classes and they're coaching them young. They're getting them at like 17, like 16, 17. And we live in a world now where, of course, we're still not equal. Of course, there's still so much work to be done.
Yeah.
And women are nowhere near where we should be. But it just feels like here come a group of women setting people back. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just repeating what I've heard, child.
I hate it.
And they're like encouraging these young girls to become trad wives. And like I feel like a trad wife is different to like a stay-at-home wife. I feel like there's levels and like it should be distinguished. I don't think that if you're a stay-at-home wife, you're necessarily a trad wife. I feel like a trad wife, I guess the aim and the objectives is that you follow the man. Like, you know, like even some people will be like, oh, the man is the head and the woman is the neck and the neck is what moves the head and all of that shit, which I fucking hate. But with the trad wife movement, that truly is like the man is your leader. Like, you will follow his lead. He will be the head of this family. Your role in this relationship is to meet his needs, is to make sure that the house is clean, is to make sure that all his needs are met, that he's happy, and that your life kind of takes your wants and needs and desires and dreams and goals kind of take a back seat so that you can amplify whatever it is he wants to do. And in return, the exchange is that he protects and provides. And I just feel like the idea of protecting and providing has been blown out of, like, it's been blown into this massive thing that really, I don't think it's like that much of a great exchange. Protect and provide. Is that all you've got to do as a man? Protect and provide. And I'm not trying to diminish it, but compared to what is expected of the woman, I'm sorry, that is a drop in the fucking ocean, if you ask me.
Fair.
And the way it's packaged as if to make it sound like you're going to be getting this great reward at the end because he's going to protect and provide, and that's all he's got to do, and everything else is like you, like bowing down to him and blah. Like I don't like it personally. I don't like it, but yeah,
I just know I don't like. I don't know if I'm just getting tired. There are some things that I can't even be asked to form like a logical, long explanation to. I just know I don't like it. Like when I see the trad wife content, I was like, boo. Like all that comes to me is boo. There's so much like wifey type content that my honest thought is tomatoes. Because I'm just like, shut up, man. All of the like, I don't know my husband done that. I don't know how to do this. So like,
it's not cute.
And also this is going to sound so ridiculous. So hear me out. A little part of me even pities the men in this. Because it's like, for example, let me put the work aspect into our heads. Like, none of us enjoy working. It's not fun for anyone.
Yeah.
But here you are being like, this man that I've married has to work the rest of his life to provide for me because I'm a woman and I don't want to do it. Do you think he wants to do it? Like, it's all of this kind of like pressure that you're putting into one whole person because you're just like, oh yeah, trad wife. I don't know. I'm just... I have no intellectual thought about it. I have no deep thought about it. I just know I'm like, oh, I don't like it. And like, boo. And I feel like it's like women like lessening their power. Yeah. I'm like, do you know what you can achieve? Do you know what you're capable of? But yay, trad wife.
I do feel like it is regressive. But even like, I see what you're saying about like all of that being put on the man, because I can imagine it is a lot of pressure. But I think what they get in return is far greater. So that's why I don't feel sorry for them, because it's like, essentially, you've got someone who gives up all of their agency for you. Like, that is a lot of power to uphold for me to just go to work and then come home and provide. Do you know what I mean? So I just think that like...
But I think even the idea of giving up all of your agency is not fair on that person. What do you mean this person has to do all the thinking because you don't... Like, it's just so weird. It's just such a weird...
Yeah, it's a very weird
thing. It's
this
kind of like, I think women are choosing it more because I get it, everyone is exhausted.
Everyone's tired.
And like, they're just like, you know what, get somebody else to do it. Yeah. But I think even the idea of like resting my brain because I'm with the man to do it all. And I have a habit of doing that, to be like, oh God, thank God somebody else can do it. Yeah. But like, I don't think it's cute.
No, it's not cute.
Every time I see it, I'm like, this is not cute.
It's, yeah. And I definitely like, I believe in choice feminism. Like, I do think that people should be able to do it. Like I said, I think that there's a difference between family setups that have made a conscious decision to say that someone should be at home raising the children and doing all of that. And this is a partnership. This is a decision that we've made. This is going to be your role and this is my role. Yeah. I feel like that's very different to being like, I'm going to give all of my agency to someone to make all of the decisions. I'm not empowered. I don't have the right to change my mind if I want to. Because some stay-at-home mums, it might be temporary. For most of them, it probably is. Like, you're going to do this for a certain amount of years and then you go back into your career. You're kind of just taking a break, whatever. And you're working in conjunction with your partner to provide the best life that you see fit for you and your family. Completely different. I have no issues with that. The trad wife thing, where it's like man is God and they're getting these girls younger and younger and younger and kind of just like brainwashing them, that is what I find sad. And then they convince them that feminism is a bad thing whilst you're there benefiting from feminism. Like, that's what because there's this show, you know, Jubilee, so they do these like debates, so they'll have like 20 conservatives with one progressive person. And so there'll be like 20 conservatives sat around in a circle. It is rage bait TV. It's completely insane. So they have like 20 extreme conservatives and there'll be like one
I
progressive.
can't have those kind of... Because I would just have a physical fight.
And then like, literally, and they're
I would end up having a physical fight. Oh, I start crying. I'm like,
shit. Yeah, because it's so frustrating.
What's wrong with you guys? I would just start crying.
It truly is so frustrating. And I watched one recently with Candace Owens, and she's going against feminism, right? And she's just like, she doesn't believe in feminism. She thinks that like sex work and feminism and all of that stuff actually benefits men more than it benefits women. She thinks it's like taking us back and it's taking women out of the home and all of these things, whilst being highly educated at work, because there's no way she did that show for free. You've got 4 kids. Like, Candace Owens has got a lot of kids. I feel like she's always pregnant. And I saw, Brent, is she pregnant again? Or was that an old video? Okay, yeah, because I saw a video of her saying she was pregnant. I was like, she just had a baby. So she's got like 4 or 5 kids or something like that, very young children. But you do your own podcast, you're constantly on these panels, like you're literally sitting there. Is she? Oh my God. She just had a baby the other day, guys.
Get off her!
No, like, yeah, she was pregnant during that time. She's had that baby. She's pregnant again. Yeah. Because I saw that and I saw that. And I thought it was an old video because I was like, there's no way she's pregnant again. She just had a baby.
She's literally last week.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, they stay fucking, like, good for her. I guess she's she's living proof of like her testimony. I guess she's living, but I think that you're doing both. And there's nothing wrong with that. So to sit there and be like, oh, I'm so against feminism whilst highly educated, being on, you know, on all of these boards and all of these things that you do, you're going against your own argument. Like, I find it really weird. And she's got this book called Make Him a Sandwich or whatever. And she's constantly, like, I just don't understand how do you hold those views when you're actively benefiting from something?
They've got servants as well, because her husband is literally...
Exactly, her husband is like she's married to some English aristocrat. She's like, you're privileged. You're sitting there telling other people that they shouldn't do the same thing. I just find it completely odd. Completely
What tone
odd.
of voice can a man ask you to make a sandwich that will make you want to shoot his face?
Fix me a sandwich, bitch.
Yo, you raggedy bitch.
Oh
Get
God.
on up and
I'm
fix
so
me
sorry,
a sandwich.
Guys. I've got, my food is here. Yeah, do you mind, Amanda? It's 67. I ordered it ages ago. I thought it would have been here before. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, I just
let Amanda close the door.
Yeah.
And I just might need to close the door before she starts.
Yeah, fix me a sandwich.
All right, go on.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to doing things. I think that like people think, not about me, but just in general, that like if you are like quite progressive about what you think like a woman's role is or whatever the case may be, that it means that you're anti acts of service for like your partner or your husband or whatever. I'm not. Like I believe in being multifaceted. Like I am definitely the queen of my household. Like I love running my household. I actually take pride in that. I enjoy that. But that's because it's a choice for me to do that. Do you know what I mean? It's not my responsibility. It's my choice to do that. And so I've got no issues that if Nick was like, oh babe, make me a sandwich, I would happy if I'm not busy, if I'm not preoccupied.
Can you fucking see I'm resting?
Actually, wait, hang on, that's a lie. I need to think about the scenario. If I'm already in the kitchen cooking and you ask me to make you a sandwich whilst I'm there, but I can't just be, we're doing the same thing.
If I'm already making a sandwich, then you can ask me to make you a sandwich because I'm already making a sandwich.
If I'm just chilling and we're both just chilling on the couch watching Netflix and then you tell me to go make you a sandwich, I'm going to think, I can't lie. I think I'm going to think you're trolling me.
Okay, will I do it? Yeah.
I'll be like, your hand's broken.
Wait,
like, what the hell?
Will I would do it. I would do it. But I think I'm like,
I'd be very confused. I'd be like,
no, actually, I don't know. I'd be like, Hawaii.
No, yeah,
no, because in my head, we're both chilling there.
Yeah.
It's a chilled afternoon evening. We're watching Netflix. We're having a good time. Maybe I'm even lying down and you're sitting here. And you look down at me and you say, oh, babe, go get me a sandwich.
Yeah. As in, like, fix you one.
Like, and also, it's not even like you want ham and cheese. You want like
exactly. You want a steak.
You want the big dog.
Caramelized onion.
You want the big dog.
All of this
and
stuff.
And a baguette. You don't even want normal.
Yeah. Exactly. You don't want sliced bread. You want flipping ciabatta. I don't know. It's very much circumstantial.
And my luck, it won't be sandwich. The nigga will ask me to make him a bala. Or big hefty milk. And I'm like, are you all right?
Yeah, we don't really eat sandwiches like that in the house.
Do you remember that random, like, it was a dilemma. I don't know if it was real or not, but it went across the internet. This woman who said that, like, her husband, she was a Nigerian woman. I think she was pregnant and her husband woke her up from sleep and asked him to go, and asked her to go make him a meal.
That is so
I would actually if things like that happen to me, I'm like, there's a reason you're doing this. It's not because you're hungry. You're trying to prove some kind of power dynamic. Because what do you mean? You woke your pregnant woman up to go make you a meal.
I would think the same thing. I would think, that someone's gotten on his head.
Something's happened. Yeah, what's going on here? What's going on here?
One of your buddies or whatever at work after work has been bragging about how his wife gets up and makes him sandwiches at 4 a.m. Because you see those women as well. And I don't know why that's content, but it is. So it would be like, watch come with me, and I'm like, I don't want to come here, but it's like
what am I?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, come with me to make my husband and my 7 children their packed lunches before the day starts, and they're getting up at 4 a.m. to do that, and they'll be getting up.
Me, if you weren't working and your husband worked and provided and did all of the things, you're telling me you wouldn't wake up to make his lunch?
No, if that was the agreement. No, okay, if the agreement was that, I wouldn't be in a situation where, I wouldn't be in a child wife situation ever in my life. Like, I can't even imagine it. But if I was in a situation where the best, most viable option was for me to stay at home and look after the family, run the household, and he was making enough money to provide for our very large family, and it was the most logical decision, I'm doing it. I'm running the house how I see fit, right?
So many words.
So I know, word salad.
So many words.
Word salad, so I just can't imagine it. But essentially, I'm running the house how I see fit. So if I need to get up at 4 a.m. to do that, to make sure that my day is running smoothly, then I'll do it. Not because someone's giving me an instruction and said, get up at 4 a.m. and make my food, bitch. For me, I'm doing it because I need to get these kids out the door so that I can go to the gym, so that I can do whatever it is I need to do in my free time. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's more from a logistical standpoint as opposed to like an order.
Also, as a grown man, why do you need packed lunch?
Mind you, eat it before you flip and get to the office.
I said, what do you mean? You pack lunch? You're an adult.
Exactly. And so you can provide for 7 kids, but you can't get yourself a pasta
get yourself a little meal
in the staff canteen.
Shit.
Doing all of that every day, it feels like it feels like instructions are given because it's like, no, I'm gonna get them like. I don't know, it just feels very controlling.
No, I would do. I'm not waking up at 4 a.m. But I would just like if
I want to be organised. It's more about organisation for me.
It would be a like you're getting what we had for dinner.
Yeah, you can reheat.
But
that,
you know, some people, when women marry men who are like they want to eat fresh food every day, that they don't like microwave.
Imagine.
Like some stupid Nigerian man will look you dead in the eye and says he doesn't like his stew to be microwaved. If you don't get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, no, come on.
It's like, oh, my mum used to always make fresh. Okay, go and tell you.
Exactly.
And it will be elaborate. It won't just be tomato stew. They want an egusi, and they're like, oh no, they don't like it microwaved. Like men will look you dead in the eye and tell you they don't like food microwaved. They like fresh foods every day.
Yeah.
The most I can do for you is help you reheat it in a pot.
Yeah.
Like,
That's all I got in me.
If it's the microwave, that's the problem. Don't worry, I will reheat it on the stove.
And I find the idea of like, because I don't know why in my head I think I'm thinking of that content that I've seen, because they usually have bare children. They usually have like over 5 children. And so the idea of my husband being a part of that number is very odd. So like you get up and you're making 5-pack lunches, but you're making 6 because you've got to think about his. I don't like it.
I also think
I don't like
signs. I think these signs are early. I think you can actually spot this if your partner's going to be that way inclined from quite early. And it's little things like, I don't know, like you be like, oh, if you're dating, you're like, oh, I'll cook or whatever. They're like, no, just get takeaway. There are some men who actually don't want you to suffer, but there are some men who are committed that you do everything.
Yeah.
They'll tell you, I don't like anybody else's food but my wife.
Yeah.
So before you met me, how did you grow up?
Yeah, exactly. You never had my food.
How did you eat before you knew that you only liked my food, sort of thing? So I do think you can kind of spot from early men who kind of just don't want you to suffer. They'll be like, oh, why don't we just get takeaway?
Yeah, and I feel like those are men that kind of see you as an equal. They see you as a partner as opposed to like someone that is there to serve them. And that's more my kind of thing. It's just like, yeah, like it doesn't have to be like some men are fixated on the idea that certain things are a woman's job. They're a woman's role. Like, you must cook for me, you must do all of these things. And it's like, says who, buddy? Like, I don't have to do anything. But I guess you do have these conversations early and the signs will be there. I don't know what they look like, but I'm guessing the signs will be there. Like, you know, I prefer my missus to stay at home, you know, I prefer my woman. It's when they say woman.
Yeah, it's woman.
People that say my woman, my God,
that's
is like,
true.
yeah, that's the red flag.
My woman, because my woman
my
doing
woman,
that.
like already, yeah, exactly. Like, no, I can't, my woman can't do that. My woman can't go here. My woman has to cook for me. My woman has to, yeah.
I still want to know what my answer would be to us chilling in the evening watching Netflix. He says, can you make me a sandwich?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even like sandwiches like that, you know.
We don't even have bread in my house, hon.
I actually don't buy bread because I cannot keep bread in the house because it goes off all the time. So I actually stopped buying bread in the house.
Yeah.
And what do you mean sandwich?
Exactly. That's so...
Like toast?
That's so specific.
You eat sandwiches, don't you?
I do, but I have the hearty sandwiches. Like, I'm not going to be at home and have a cheese and ham.
So I don't eat sandwiches.
Yeah.
I like anywhere, nice sandwiches, whatever. And it's because it reminds me of being poor.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Hear me out. When I worked retail, or even as a student, a Tesco meal deal was all I ate. Either tuna sandwich, tuna sweet corn sandwich.
Sweet corn hits.
On a day of like luxury, it would be, what was the nice one that had like bacon and chicken in it? BLT sandwich, a packet of crisp and a drink.
You're living.
It was all I ate. So now like the thought of eating a sandwich literally makes me feel a bit sick.
I think for me, the reason why I went off sandwiches is because when you work in like all my office jobs, that was always the go-to lunch. And being like a PA or a team assistant or whatever, I'd always have to go order sandwiches. So I was all sandwiched out. Like, I couldn't do sandwiches.
Even when you worked in corporate and have meetings and just have all the prep sandwiches.
Yeah, it's always sandwiches and pastries and all of that. I mean, I'll never get tired of pastries, but sandwiches, I'm kind of over them. But if I do have a sandwich, I have to be in the mood and it has to be a hearty sandwich. So not that long ago, less than 2 weeks ago, I made a hearty sandwich.
Nice.
So, and I was in the mood for it because sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'll suddenly think of something I want to eat for dinner. So I got ciabatta bread with, it was cheese. I can't, it's an Edam cheese.
I don't know
whatever it's called. Edam or Edam, however you say it, cheese. Edam cheese with red pesto paste with steak, caramelized onions and caramelized onions.
So you can do all that for yourself, but if Nick just wants a sandwich, you refuse.
No, that's what I made us for dinner. So I made that. He had a sandwich, I had a sandwich, and then I did it with truffle fries on the
fancy.
side. Yeah. But I was just in the mood to make that. Like, that just came to my mind. So that was the last time I had a sandwich.
The issue is, I don't like meat in between bread. I don't really like burgers either.
I'm over burgers. Like,
burgers.
If I go and eat, I'm not going to order it. And the last time I had a burger that absolutely slaps when we were in LA and we stayed at that hotel, the London.
That was a nice hotel.
That burger I ordered it every day that we were there. It was so good. It was like, it had like truffle like crumbs in there, like caramelized onion in there. It had a tomato, but I'm very specific with my burgers because I like American cheese in my burgers. I don't like cheddar cheese in my burgers. Ew. It had American cheese in there. It had, oh my God, it was so good. And the relish, oh my God.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. I actually knew it was coming.
I'm relishing in the relish.
Yeah,
like, oh my God,
have
it
the
was
moment.
so
do what you need to do.
Good. And then the chips were like skinny fries. But you know when they're, and it was like, you know when they have a bit of rosemary? Oh my God. So it had like rosemary seasoning like sprinkled on it with the truffle. And they were fried to perfection. And it was so juicy. And of course, any good burger now that I'm not for has to be in brioche. So it was in a brioche bun and the meat was cooked to perfection. Because sometimes you can have a burger, but the burger doesn't taste of anything. Like the meat is not actually tasty. So this was giving very much organic, I don't know, it was maybe even Wagyu. It was so good. And the juicy,
and that is all from our London burger review.
That was delicious.
Shout out to London.
You ate with that. You ate with that.
Good for you guys. You ate and she ate and everybody ate and everybody is happy.
I was such a slaw in that hotel room.
And also you eat so disgusting, so I can't even... The thing is, you eat disgusting in front of people.
Yeah, I didn't care. Nick says it as well.
When you are by yourself, I know you bastardize food. I know you eat
It was
food.
disgusting.
You eat every meal how I eat mangoes.
Yeah. And I wipe my mouth with my hand.
I eat mangoes like nobody's ever given me an ounce of home training. Like, let me get a good mango into my, as long as I've rinsed it, skin included, yum. Like, as I fucking love a mango.
Yeah, I love a mango. Sam, that's the best fruit.
My favourite fruit.
That is the best fruit. Like, God, you did your big one.
Have you ever ate mangoes outside of England? It makes you realise English mangoes ain't shit.
Yeah, no, they're not.
The mangoes we have here is actually so shit.
Oh my God. And I feel like they fall off the tree like that. Do you know what I mean? There's none of this ripe shit. Like ripe is when they're ready to go, innit? Yeah. Very much ripe shit. It's so sweet and oh my God, wonderful.
This is so adulted of me, right? But like, for some reasons, right, I keep buying avocados, even though I know I don't really like them.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I do that as well.
I don't know why I buy it in every food shop. And I'm like, I don't know if I like this thing.
No, I'll listen, I'll one-up you on that one. I add it to my food and don't eat it.
I don't know if it's like, I don't know. It was the millennials that they said that we were spending all our money on avocados. That's why we couldn't afford a house. But like, I just always buy, anyway, I think it's M&S. They do 2 that's ready to eat and 2 that is ripe later. And I was like, that's so clever. Why doesn't everybody do that? Although all of it doesn't ripen, I throw it away and because it overripes because I don't eat it. But every food shop, I will add it there. I'm going to stop the next one.
Yeah.
I want to see that nothing happens.
I like to add it to my breakfast that I never have it. So like, let's say I'm having like salmon and a bagel, scrambled egg or whatever. I'll have the avocado there.
Just there.
But it's just there. And I'll dabble in the avocado, but the amount I put on my plate, it cannot be justified. Okay. And they often end up in the bin. It's such a waste because like other people are out here trying to find avocados and they're all in my fridge. And I'm just out here not eating them.
Go into shit.
Right, yeah.
All right, what's going on in the world? Oh, wait, before that, I have a new experience.
Oh,
and this is an experience I've never experienced before, hence a new experience. I tanned the other day, like it's in self-tan.
You laid in the sun?
No, self-tan, mousse and a thingy.
Cute.
And then today, I was like, My hands are orange.
Oh my God, your hands are
God,
orange. A true
I feel like
Essex
such
girl.
an Essex girl. I was like, looked at my hands today. I was like, my hands are so
No, they actually are orange. But your legs look really good though.
Yeah, because I tanned them.
Yeah, they definitely have like a...
It gives it like a glow, to it. Yeah. I'd actually recommend black women tanning. It doesn't you don't have to go darker, but it's a really lovely glow. If I wasn't wearing long sleeves, you'll see it. But it's a really like nice little shimmer and glow to your body. But
I see it on your
I was
legs.
just like, oh my God, my hands are orange.
No, you've actually got orange hands.
And I remember seeing the girlies growing up to be like...
They always have orange hands, or they'd have like white hands on
White
top,
hands here, and here was like orange.
Or like the tan would stop right there. But do you know who Montana Brown is?
No.
So basically, she was on Love Island years ago.
Oh, right? Montana. I do know who Montana
Brown
is.
Yeah. Yes. So I guess she's an influencer now. She's like a mummy.
She's a mum. Yeah.
But she has like, I've never really been tapped into her or whatever, but lately she's been having some very mad takes. But it's so funny because the mad take that she had was something, it wasn't that mad, it was very polarizing. So she had this take about school dinners and how she doesn't understand why kids have a sweet treat every single day with their school dinners. And some people have a fucking day off, bruv. Let the kids have some cake. Do you know what I mean? Like, let them...
Jamie Oliver all over again.
Yeah, let them eat cake.
Me.
And then other people were like, no, it's true. Because at the end of the day, we want to start introducing kids to healthy food and it's not realistic and they shouldn't climatize to having something sweet every day, blah, blah, blah. So that was very polarizing. I didn't really care about that one way or the other. Do what you want to do with your kids. But then lately she had a take about the 3 sisters whose bodies were found in Brighton.
Yes.
And she basically was
Has there been an update with that?
No, I feel like it just went quiet.
Interesting.
It just went quiet. Like, I feel like I've heard nothing about it. Not that I've gone out of my way to look, but I haven't seen anything. So then she had this take about how the whole thing is just very strange because, mind you, I believe she's multiracial or mixed race. I'm not sure exactly what her mix is, but...
multiracial was hilarious. I've never heard that saying before.
I think multiracial is when people have bare different things in them, so you just call them multiracial.
Those are the girls that will have
all the flags. Yeah, all the flags.
Oh, why do you have flags where you're from in your bio? Give us a break.
Bev, no, the worst is when people are like, they do like videos being like, guess what my ethnicity is? And it's just like,
no,
okay, sure,
I don't want to.
I
don't want to.
Scroll.
I'm going to do it when I'm like, guess what my ethnicity is.
So she's made this video and she's like, she finds the whole thing very strange. But the reason why she finds it very strange is because she says she doesn't know any black people that go swimming. She doesn't know any black people that can swim. She doesn't know any black people that are willing to get their weaves, wigs, locks, dreads, relaxed hair, wet. And so because of that, this whole thing is just very, very weird. Like she said more, but that was like the main crux that like people have taken from it. But you know what's so funny? People are using that sound and posting videos of them jumping in water. It's so funny. Every time I see those videos, I always like and comment because I just find it hilarious because you'll literally see black people jumping off cliffs, going into water, jumping off yachts and like proper swimming or like, in their... just whatever, just enjoying the water, basically, enjoying bodies of water and like loving it. But I just thought that, and she's absolutely getting her ass handed to her, which she should, because that is a very anti-black thing to say and a very anti-black thing to say out loud kind of thing. But yeah, I just thought it was funny.
I find it weird when people assume that their experience of blackness is everybody else's in the world's experience of blackness. Like, what? Wait a minute, shock horror. Come to find out people live different lives to you. Come to find out that people go swimming, people swim in open water and have a great time and go on holiday and jump off cliffs and blah, 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 blah. That jumping off cliff thing, I will not be a part of it. I
can't swim, so I actually shouldn't be a part of it.
All I want to be able to do, I do want to jump into open water. I've swam in open water, but I've always had a lifeguard on, life jacket on, sorry. Yeah. And even that is so like...
That looks so liberating.
It is, oh my God,
that looks so exhilarating.
It is such fun.
It does.
Like, I don't think, like, black women who are very, like, they don't do things because of their hair or they limit their experiences because of their hair, which I get. Like, so often if you've ever been on holiday with someone who is white or mixed race, the idea that during the day they can just jump into the pool and in nighttime just slick it into
it's just all fine,
just want to wash their hair and slick it into a bun. The amount of holidays that we've gone on that will be like, only stay in the bit, partly because I couldn't swim, also partly because I didn't want my hair to be messed up. I only stay in the bit where the water just hit my chest. And I was like, I cannot get my hair wet. And even the consideration of that, like, I need to do a curly wig, I need to do this, and blah, 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 blah. Like, there is a freedom to just doing whatever you want, regardless of your hair. Like, even there were black women there who, like, limit their working out activities because it's like, but my hair. Which I get it.
Yeah.
But also, girl,
do the exercise, do the thing.
Free yourself, man. Like literally free yourself. Figure out a hairstyle that is doable between this thing. Stick a headband on. People have made sweatbands now that make things a bit easier for us. But like this idea that like, oh, because I as a black girl don't do that, I think no black girl does that. And it's just like, that's just not
And even
true.
worse than that, when people are like perpetuating stereotypes.
Yes, exactly.
Because do you mean to say, because to say that with chess, it means you're saying you don't know any black people that are willing. You are perpetuating a stereotype, because I don't believe you don't know any.
Every
you don't know a
holiday
single black person that can swim.
I have ever gone on with black women, mostly that's who I holiday with, we have always
everyone's getting into the water, getting into the pool, having a good time.
I'll
I'm not
figure out my
necessarily
hair.
one of those people, but I can't swim, so I don't really have that. But I'll get in the water, like I'll get in the water and I'll just like paddle along and do whatever. But I'm not gonna like be jumping and diving.
The hairstyle I do recommend, if you're like, I don't know what hair to do, blah, 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 a curly sewing on holiday.
Curly sewing.
That's been the best hairstyle I've had on holiday, because it's just been a thing of they're like, oh,
the freedom.
It will dry. There is no thing of that I need to do this, whatever. If you just leave a little bit of your hair out in the front, not even much, just a little bit.
Yeah, just
great
a
time.
cute flip over.
And
then exactly. Get you some good quality bundles, and then you're good to go. But I just thought that was such an ignorant thing to say, sis. Like, I don't know. And she actually really meant it as well. And I think I think when she said it, I don't know if she was trying to like get like the black community on her side. I don't know what her audience makeup is, but I just thought that was a really bad stereotype to just perpetuate. Because like, even if there's some truth to it, you don't need to put it into the public domain like that. Do you know what I mean? I just think that there are some things that should be left in house. Like, why you make it like, and you know what you're, I don't know. I guess she was just talking, but I just love the videos. When you see them, they are hilarious. Like, just black people living their best lives in the water with that sound in the background. She's like, because I just don't know a single black person that's willing to get their wig, weave, whatever wet, and then they're just like swimming. It's so funny.
Have you ever had your wig fall off?
No, that's never happened to me.
Do you know my wig has never fallen off?
My wig has never fallen off. I do think though,
I've had it slide back and
I've had it slide. Yeah. I've 100% had it quite far back and not been aware. But have I ever had it come off? Has anyone ever like come off during sex? None of that.
Do you remember the days of like your braids? I haven't seen a braids on a random floor in years.
I know, the girls are securing them.
Yeah,
because they're knotless now, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. There's no real need.
Speaking of that, I need to put myself on timeout. I had braids for a weekend. I did a
braids
braids Friday. By Sunday afternoon, that shit was out of my head top. The auntie picked every hair follicle on my head. Like, it was annoying as well, because I would have taken it out as soon as she did it, but I had like a shoot that Friday, and I'm even annoyed that the braids are immortalized in a thing forever now. Like, when I tell you, I didn't have she pulled every edge, and I said to her, and I was like, please, just leave the edges out. It's fine. She was like, oh, it won't be neat, it won't be neat. Sis, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I want to keep my hair.
I hate when hairdressers don't listen.
Oh, like, why are you not listening to me?
Just give me what the hell I want. I'll deal with the consequences
And then
later.
she was trying to like gaslight me, like I'm a child. Oh, this hair is so fine. This hair is so fine. Oh my God, everyone's gonna be asking you who did your hair. I was like, I'm not a child.
Oh, God.
Do you know the kind of things that you tell your children to be like, oh, everyone's gonna love your hair? I'm like, I'm actually an adult. You don't need to convince me about something that I do not like. But I made it so apparent that I didn't like it, that the way she had to lessen what I paid. Like, even that one, do you know when you didn't even look in the mirror afterwards? Do you like it? I was like, no.
Why didn't you like it?
It was, again, it was so tight.
Right.
It wasn't, there was a knot, there was knots. The knots were evident. And it was one of them ones, I'm very, that's why I should just always just do my braids myself like I always do, or do it in Nigeria. But also, sorry, I saw a new term and condition that I haven't seen before with the girlies.
Oh, what is it?
The term and condition was that you had to pay £30 if you weren't willing to hand her the hair.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the big head one, but we've already talked about that.
So she was like, if you're busy, I'm going to be working and not unable to hand me head it, you have to pay an extra £30. I saw that.
Forever.
I was like, no.
Fuck you forever.
The girls are despicable.
No, that is actually disgusting. I'm sorry.
We need to do a surviving hairstylist because the girls are despicable. What do you mean? I had to pay you £30 because I don't want to hand hair. The reason we don't go to aunties is because we don't want to hand hair.
Exactly. You are doing a service.
I've never seen that rule before.
Is helping out in the service. What do you mean? Oh, it's so
But yeah, so
infuriating.
and then also they do this thing where she pied my hair small, but put a big extent.
No, the part has to match the hair.
I
piece
hated
of hair
it.
that you're adding.
So I was so annoyed. Like, so if I had the time, as soon as I got him that Friday, I would have taken off planning to do it. We had a baby shower
Yeah, it
on
was
Sunday.
cute, yeah.
As soon, Audrey was like, I was like, I started taking off in the car. I was started taking off in the car because I was like, I don't want anything to make me not want to do this. Like, I do not play. If I do not like a hairstyle, I'm taking it off.
I don't give a damn.
I don't care what I paid for it.
Same.
My happiness means more to me. I am
too.
taking that hair out of my head.
I'll get more stressed out about being unhappy than I would do just taking it out. So
Yeah.
I've done that so many times. Like I've had a hairstyle for a day and I'm just like, sometimes it was nice when I left, but today I can't maintain it.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
got to go. Do you know what I mean? I literally don't care. I remember one time I got, this was years ago. And I got
The crochet.
oh my God, please, let's not discuss that. That was so bad. I hated that shit so badly. And the thing is, I feel so bad. My friend might see this because she done it for me. But it wasn't her. It was just, I just didn't like the style on me.
It wasn't your style.
Why did I want to do that?
I don't know.
But I basically had curly crochet extensions, but it was like a bob.
Yeah.
I've actually
It's
got the
because
picture.
you've seen it on other people and it looks nice.
And it looked nice,
really
but
nice.
my one didn't come out like that.
Yeah.
And I remember my friend, and I felt so bad because my friend drove all the way to South and done it for me. And like, I probably could have stopped her halfway because from the first crochet, I knew
the first
I
trip,
didn't, I didn't like
this ain't
it.
a bit of me.
Do you know what I told her? I told her that they just fell out in the night.
Babe, now you know the truth. Also, crochet just doesn't fall out in the night. She must have not believed you.
I literally was like, because I went to work the next day and I'm not even humble. Like, I could have just stayed off social media for 2 days. She would have been none the wiser. Of course, I'm like just posting my selfies as normal the next day. So she's been like, why? Like, you've got a wig on your head again. And I was like, yeah, the crochets just fell out in the middle of the night. I said,
you can't lie.
I said that they fell out. I woke up and they were all on my pillow.
Do you know there were some lies that is so ridiculous and you're like, I'm not even going to argue with this person because
She
girl,
just didn't like the
do you
hair.
think I'm a baby? Yeah.
But it just wasn't a bit of me. But that wasn't even the style. That was terrible. But I had a leave out one time. The day I remember she'd done the leave out. I got home. I had a party that evening. I took the leave out and I just put my wig back on. I was like, no. And that is the beauty of wigs, is like they are a crutch. Do you know what I mean? They can be a great safety net for if you're in between styles or whatever, which is probably what they were intended for, but whatever. But like, my wig saved me that day.
Honestly, even the idea that like Sunday morning I had braids, Sunday afternoon I was like, wow, the power of being a black woman.
Yeah,
man.
you can
like
really just
complete
switch it up.
different
Nothing's
switch
permanent.
up. Like it
Yeah.
is my favorite accessory.
Nothing's
Like as in
permanent.
like switch. I want to cut my hair though.
Like
I'm saying
July.
out, I really want to cut my hair. I can't do a pixie because I don't want to relax my hair.
Right, okay.
So I know I can't do that. Every summer I'm like, I'm going to cut my hair into a bob, add some tracks into it and get it texture released. I like a full bouncy bob. I love that for the summer. And I've always chickened out of it. I don't know why I've always
That'll be
chickened out of
banging.
it. To be like, but I just, and then like one day just like wear a little headband to it and like put,
Yeah, you can
like
do
just
that.
like, I love a little relaxed summer kind of look. 'Cause like I actually need it.
Yeah, I like the bobs. I like the French bobs that the girlies
Like
are
the
doing
little
with the
the
bangs.
little
I
bang.
do think
I'm like,
I do think they look so chic and
do you know why I
gorgeous.
haven't done it? Apart from the fact that I don't know why my lips are a bit short because it's hair, and if I don't like it, okay, well, let's stick a wig on your head.
Yeah,
Like it's not that deep. We'll
you'll
put it
be
in a
fine.
bun. But it's because it is actually impossible to find. Well, it has been for me anyway to find a hairdresser that does all of it.
Yeah, you've got.
I feel like I got to go to this place for this thing, and I can't
It's
be going
long.
up and down
Yeah.
London to
That's
kind of
a whole
do.
week
I
dedicated
just
to one
want to
hairstyle.
sit. Ideally, as well, I'd want it coloured, but I know that one is
Oh,
another.
girl, please. Now you're doing too much. God forbid.
God forbid a girl wants a cut and a colour.
Oh,
like,
God,
God
in one
forbid.
place.
So I
And
was
the
just
texture
like,
release.
yeah, I
And
can't.
styling.
I have to go to about 5 different
Yeah,
people and
no,
it
that's
just feels
long.
like such an ag. So that's why I haven't done it. But you know what I really want to do? Every time I see like people who can do it, white women, or whoever has the kind of head to do it, if you're not watching this, when they put their hand through their hair and they
just.
what do you mean you put your hand through your hair
And it
and
just
just
falls
gave
back
me a
into
little
place,
shake
yeah.
and you felt scalp? Oh my God, I'm so
And
jealous
just,
of
like,
it.
falls back into place.
Back
But the
into
thing is,
place.
if you get a texture release,
It will do
and
it.
you get tracks, you can absolutely do
Yeah.
that, especially if you cut heavy layers into it.
Yeah, that's what I
It will
want.
absolutely fall back into place. It
A
will
little run my
absolutely be-
fingers through my hair type of vibe.
It will
I'm on
definitely
that shit.
hit. It will
I'm definitely.
hit.
Did you watch any of the BET?
I didn't. So I saw clips, but I did watch the Lauryn Hill tribute from beginning to end.
Sensational.
Do you know what? I will say this
Absolutely sensational.
It felt like the first time in a long time that I've seen an award show where actual celebrities went. Did I make it up or were the Smiths there?
I don't know.
Oh, no,
because I know they were in Paris for...
I thought I saw them there.
For thingies... Because he works is the creative thing at Christian Louboutin now, Jaden.
Oh, Jaden, okay.
Yeah, yes, I know they're in Paris with that.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm
Jaden looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, handsome, beautiful kids.
No,
yeah.
Jada.
I thought you said Jaden.
No, Jada. She looks so good because they walked the red carpet and I was like,
she looks beautiful.
She looks
but
good.
do you know one thing about the Smiths? They're going to be united no matter what.
I thought,
no weapon against them shall prosper.
Like, are they back together? But I guess they never even announced any kind of separation.
No, they've never separated. They're like, we're riding till dawn.
They said, this public press thing, we are going to be... Brooklyn learned some lessons.
Exactly.
Will hates that woman.
Mind you, David did something the other day. I don't know what he was posting for, but I saw him post Brooklyn. I was
Father's Day.
Was it Father's Day? I was like, you're not gonna fucking hell. The boy said he doesn't want to be on social
media.
media.
But it doesn't it would be insane to then post Father's Day pictures without him in it. Because that's another story. I think that's more of a story to be like, he posted a picture of his kids and it didn't include Brooklyn.
I guess it's safer to
so
just
that one
him.
just include old family pictures. Like to take a picture to not include Brooklyn looks crazy for Father's Day.
Very true.
Because then it looks like they've decided that they want nothing to do with it.
And as the parents, and I do respect the Beckhams in that sense because as the parents, you should always be the bigger people.
Yes.
Like you should never stoop down to the child's level. Ever. You must always be the bigger and take the high ground. So yeah, actually very true. Very true. But Lauryn Hill, yeah. So that was the only thing I've seen so far. But it felt like a lot of real talented celebrities showed out for the BET. Because I feel like I have stopped. Like award ceremonies used to be such a big thing back in the day.
MTV VMAs.
MTV VMAs
was a day in my diary.
Like literally, you would be so excited. Like you'd go to school, college, whatever, and you'd be so gassed to come home and watch it. And even in more recent times, like with socials and stuff like that, everyone be watching it at the same time and tweeting, and it just feels like we've lost that essence. Like it's not really a thing. But this year, I felt like I saw a lot, even for the fact that Lauryn Hill showed up. Yeah, and it was so funny because in the comments they were like, "Oh, I see she can be on time for her tribute." But yeah, it was amazing.
It was. I love Lauryn Hill. I love Lauryn because I think she's incredibly brilliant. Although, I've been to a show before and it was disappointing because as history tells it, Lauryn Hill is notoriously always very late for her shows. And for whatever reason, there's been so many excuses for it, but for whatever reason, she doesn't sing the original versions of her songs. So it's always it's never what you think you're going to get right. But one of the reasons why I rate Lauryn Hill is to have one body of work that was so incredible that you're like, yeah, I've done it.
Exactly. like you don't have to do anything else.
Miseducation of Lauryn, obviously she's got the Fugees, whatever, but the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, she dropped that one album and she was like, okay.
She said one and done.
Yep, well, that's it then. And it has lasted the test of time.
Yeah, that isn't...
as in, there is no time that you pull out an album from a song from the album and it is not just a banging song.
Yeah, banging. But lyrically, production-wise, content, everything is fire. That is definitely one of the greatest albums of all
Till
time.
this day, Can't Take My Eyes Off You, Lauryn Hill's version is a wedding song for me.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That rendition. Oh
my God. My dream has always been to play the original a little bit and go
and then it goes into that version.
And then sing her. I love her song. I love that version of her song. Absolutely 10/10.
It's absolutely beautiful, wonderful. But yeah, no, the tribute was so good.
So there was a bunch of people who did a tribute for her at the BET Awards. Terence was one of them.
Yeah.
What I really liked about the tribute is everyone that sang a song was a song that suited their voice.
Exactly.
Yeah, does that make sense?
It was so, whoever produced that,
10/10, man. Yeah, they smashed it.
When it comes to tributes, I don't know if there's one creative director that allocates all the songs and says, or whether people choose and they come back and they figure. I don't know how it works, but that was so seamless.
So good.
It was so
I don't mean to sound ridiculous, but I think it might be up there. Remember the Destiny's Child tribute?
Yeah, that was really good as well.
Who were they tributing to?
No, when Destiny's Child tributed to someone else.
To someone else, yeah. Do you remember? They tributed to someone else and their performance was an award show as well and it was sensational.
Was it Janet Jackson or Tina Turner or something?
It was one of them, but I remember being
icons.
nothing has got up to this. And I think this might be close.
No, this is definitely
because
up
there's
there.
some tributes that are shocking.
Yeah, some tributes are really bad, which is why Mariah doesn't want anyone singing her songs. And even though the last tribute, I think it might have even been BET, where they did, Mariah got the icon of the decade or century, whatever it is. And yeah, Mariah, I don't know.
Mariah was not impressed.
She was not impressed, but I genuinely think it's because her face is so filled with Botox. Like,
do you reckon?
Truly,
Okay.
that she couldn't react, but everyone was saying that like she wasn't feeling it because she notoriously
That's
doesn't
a
like
big
people
thing,
singing her
That's a big
song.
point of conversation and contention now. People are saying that, like, with watching actors and watching films, that you can't see expressions anymore because so many actors have done Botox. So whereas before you could tell. You could tell the vibe or something by a facial reaction. Like they could act outside of their words, but because so many people have done Botox like that, it's like, oh, you've lost the art of expression.
That makes sense.
And which is very cool. It might work with the red carpet, but like for films, I can imagine it being like, I can't tell. Your face is not moving.
Or even films that are set in like period dramas or whatever, and girls have got like lip fillers.
Yes,
Do you know what I mean? It's just like that makes
it's not given.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Like you've got an arched eyebrow, like a permanent arch in your eyebrow, and like your face is frozen.
I do think maybe there might be a thing with actors and actresses that maybe they shouldn't touch their face.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
especially
serious,
if it's a face that's gonna like distort your expression and your ability to express.
If you're serious, if you really are an actor,
actually.
then you will consider that. Like you really will consider
Because if it's gonna affect your work, then maybe surely. Wait, have you finished watching the protagonist?
I gave up. I'm so sorry.
Okay, cool. So it's not my fault. We went to talk about it, but Audrey hasn't finished it, and absolutely fair.
But you can talk about it.
No, it's not to that.
Listen.
It's not. It's not up to that.
No.
What about you?
No, I just couldn't. I couldn't get back into it. So
Anyway,
I just left that.
BET tribute. Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
I
they
see
ate
what you
that.
guys mean about us now.
What do you mean?
From topic to like, let's a conversation wrap up before we go to the next one.
Oh, was that what
This
they
started.
say?
This
I don't even know what the critique is.
They say that it's like listening to people just like, this like bare tangents.
But that is how we talk in real life.
Yeah,
though.
but it genuinely is how we have our conversations.
Like, this is how we talk. Like,
So-
if you listen to our voice notes, it's exactly the same
I
thing.
said that with someone the other day, and then it went to talking about Elon Musk. And
it's like, how did we get
I was
here?
just like, back to, but it always made sense to us.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all that matters. But yeah, the Love and
Hill.
Hill tribute was really... Who is the person in the Pixie who sang her song from the film?
Tanya, she was the girl in the film with her. Tanya, yeah. So she was the one in the film with her. Yeah. That was actually her. Yeah.
Wait, what was her role in the film?
She was her friend.
Was that her?
Yeah, that was her.
Are you
yeah.
sure?
The one that she sits next to and they play the piano.
Fucking hell, she looks
Yeah,
amazing.
she looks amazing. And she's older than Lauryn Hill, but yeah, she looks banging.
She looks banging. Because I was like, who is this? I didn't recognize her.
You take the top and I'll take the bottom. I love
No,
that.
I
love that film so much.
There are some films and TV shows that I don't play about.
Same. Sister Act 2.
Sister Act 2 is one of those films.
fucking love that film.
do not play about it. Don't say we're going to put Sister Act 2 on. You people are talking. Everyone shut the fuck up. We're watching a film.
I might be miming the words in the background. A little lonely out on that limb by yourself.
But this is not a film that we're watching and we're having a conversation. None of that shit is happening here.
There's too many good...
Watch
Yeah,
the
it's
film.
so good.
And I can be someone that, like, if I'm watching something, I'll go toilet and not pause it. Or I'll go get a drink and not pause it.
Yeah.
But Sister
I'm
Act,
not missing nothing.
let's pause it, right? Let's pause this thing
I'm not
right
missing,
now.
yeah.
This is not, we'll chill and we'll shut up. Let's watch this film.
Sister Act 2 is
Sister Act
definitely
2
one of my
them.
favourite films.
Matilda's one of them. I can't
I
see you
love
lot.
me Matilda.
Don't talk when we're watching Matilda. Unless you're going to do, I'm big and you're strong and you're... And, unless you're going to run the lines, shut the fuck up.
My mom's is better.
Unless you are going to run the lines, no talking when we're watching Matilda. Let's all be for real. What other film do I feel strongly about that? Like, no, we're taking it seriously.
I just feel really strongly about films that were made in the 90s and noughties that were just such good feel good films.
Look who's talking. Look who's talking too. Look who's talking now. Shut the fuck up, I'm watching telly.
Look who's
Don't
talking
talk.
now. You mad. I love that film.
What do you mean you're talking?
That's the one with the dogs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. I love all those eras of films. I love.
What's the one of the dog one, Marley?
Marley and Me. I've never watched that.
I didn't think I'd like that film. Because as you guys know, I'm not really a dog
It's a
lover
film about
like
a man
that.
with a dog.
I cried at Marley and Me. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why are you crying? I feel very seriously about that. I feel very TV shows. I feel very seriously about Insecure.
Yeah, Insecure,
We're watching a TV show. Everybody
Girlfriends.
shut up. Yeah.
I don't want you talking when I'm watching Girlfriends. I just love my 90s sitcoms as well.
Yeah.
As like we just don't have those TV shows
don't have it
anymore. Like we
anymore, yeah.
actually were so blessed to grow up in a time where even though they were obviously American, like we could still relate to them.
Yeah.
And it's like coming home from school and watching Sister, Moesha, like, you know, not This Is Us. What's that show called? One on One.
One on One.
all of those. Oh my God,
This Is Us was a show.
This Is Us isn't it that show that doesn't make me cry?
Yeah, but there was another thing about Us.
There was another
the
one.
one
This
Will
is
Smith
like, Will
execs.
Smith produced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, in it, I think
Lisa
she's like
Ray.
Lisa Ray. I remember there's a scene in it, right, where someone's like, "I like your top," and she was like, "I do too." And I don't know why as a kid I was like, that's so cool, because like I thought she was the coolest because she didn't perform humble, and I remember watching her, and I was like, oh my God, she's so. I remember that scene really resonating with me as a child to be like, oh my God, I'm gonna start saying that. She's like, so do I.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, she's so cool. I told you the other day though. So like, as you guys know, I talk about Waiting to Excel a lot here. I'm like, great film, whatever. And then I made someone watch it the other day and I was like, oh, it's not that good.
Oh no, don't say that. It is.
Like, watching it with someone's fresh perspective who assumes that, like, yeah, there are parts of it that's like, oh, maybe it's not what I... And it's my fault because I've hyped it up. One of the best films
that's
I've
the
made.
thing. Sometimes you just have to suggest and just keep it, like, minimal.
And then sometimes, and then I was watching that, they were having some like, conversations. I'm like, oh, no one actually says that.
Yeah. That was just my interpretation.
Yeah. But I still, you can't take it away from me. Waiting to Excel is still...
I love Waiting to Excel. I did that. There's this film that I love with Michael J. Fox called Life with Mikey.
Yeah.
I fucking love that film. To me, it is so brilliant. It's on Disney Plus if you want to go watch it. It's so funny. It's just like a 90s comedy. Like, and basically the premise is Michael J. Fox and his brother, I can't remember the actor's name now, but he's like another famous actor. They're brothers and they run a children's talent agency.
Okay.
But Michael J. Fox is really lazy and the brother's the one in the background doing all the work, booking all the auditions. Like Michael J. Fox, he's a reformed child star as well. So he's a little bit delusional, you know, And so he's lazy and then the brother's like, listen, we need to get it together. Like we're either in or we're out of us. I'm going to go like work with dad or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's on his way somewhere and he basically gets robbed by this like kid. Like it's set in New York. So he gets robbed by some little girl. And in the midst of her robbing his wallet, she runs away. He catches up with her and she's in the middle doing this soliloquy. Like she's literally doing this like full-on monologue in front of all these people about why she stole someone else's purse. But it's brilliant. And she's literally like, my dad just got run over by a truck and my mum died. And like, she's brilliant. And then Michael J. Fox is basically like, this kid has got some talent. And then I won't ruin it. But it's honestly, I won't ruin it, but it's honestly so good. It's so funny. Like, I'll never get sick of watching that film.
Also, Mrs. Doubtfire for me is
Mrs. Doubtfire
for me is a
top
big,
tier.
It is such
90s,
a big one for me.
Yeah, Stepmom, Mrs. Doubtfire, Sister Act,
Mrs.
Father
Doubtfire
of the Bride. Like,
absolutely
I
brilliant.
love that. First Wives Club. Like, there's so many films. Death Becomes Her. There's so many films. See, I can just reel them off the top of my head because I love all those films and they don't make light-hearted, feel-good films like that anymore.
And I remember watching it being like, oh my God, like Mrs. Doubtfire. I was younger and I used to always think, I was like, my dad's going to do this for me one day.
Exactly.
And then I remember, so the person who made it, Chris Columbus, I interviewed him one for something and I was telling him the story to be like, oh my God, when I was watching younger, I used to, like, I love Mrs. Doubtfire, it meant so much to me. And I was convinced that like one day my dad was going to do that. Me and him started crying in the interview. Yeah, because I was like, it just meant the world to me because as a kid, I was just like, oh my God, look at this new possibility. And it was like a dad just wanting to be there. So I love Mrs. Doubtfire.
I bet there's a whole like generation of kids that thought if they ever found a dress in their dad's wardrobe,
then I'd be like, imagine, unbeknownst to them, Dad was trying to be like
Mrs. Doubtfire, honey.
Dad was trying some things out.
No, Mrs. Doubtfire is absolutely brilliant. The whole time, Daniel, the whole time.
And it's casted so perfectly. The mum in it looks brilliant. Did you see there was a recent interview with her where she was talking about how lovely Robin Williams was to her during filming it. So she was like, during filming it, they found out that her dad died. They found out that her dad died and she kind of, and then he was like, they were doing a scene and he was like, yeah, okay, sort of thing. She told him. And then he was like, and that's a wrap on thingy today, on her name today, like let her go home and everything. He was like, apparently he was so lovely
like
to
he
her.
Been a really nice
I'm hearing
person.
loads of, there was something I actually really want to talk to you about. Maybe it's a little bit sad. So, and it's because it happened back to back and I was like, I'm so fascinated by this. I don't know if you've seen that clip that's going around with Sharon Stone talking about her mother. So she was saying that like she grew up with a mum who for most of her life acted like she hated her. Like, or felt like she hated her. And her mum was like incredibly like lack of a better term, damaged, right? Like I think her dad was an abuser, her mum wasn't very nice to her. So in total, that the mum just wasn't very nice to Sharon at all. So, and as Sharon got older, she kind of still had the responsibility of looking after her mum. And like her mum died when she was with her, and to the point that her mum was so scarred that her mum was scared to die because she thought she would meet her parents there, and she didn't want to have. Yeah, like that's how much the parents like really screwed her up, and they're kind of like just this idea of like growing up with a mother that who's so apparently doesn't like you. And there was also an interview I was listening to of Laverne Cox.
Laverne Cox, yeah.
And she was on an episode of Modern Love, and she was promoting her book. And in a part of it as well, she talks about her relationship with her mum, and she felt like growing up, she'd always felt like she was a burden. Like there was no, like as in like, it was so apparent that their mum made it because she's a twin. So her and her twin brother, it was so apparent that like their mum thought they were a burden.
Right.
Like it was every day, it's like, oh, because of you children, I can't do this, because of you things, I can't do this, and blah, 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 blah. And no matter how well behaved they were also always thingy. So after that, I listened to the interview with her. I have this thing of every time I watch something into something, I go do extra read. I want to know more.
Rabbit hole.
So, so I was like, I was interested to see her twin brother. So I went to like a rabbit hole because her twin brother, found his Instagram page, and it's very like he's very dark. He's very like wears all black. I don't know if it's gothicy. I don't know what you'd explain that like thingy is. And I remember seeing a post, and he was like. I guess it was like before his birthday. He was like, don't wish me happy birthday. Sheesh. Like my birthday's coming up. Don't wish me happy birthday. Don't pick up my birthday. I hate my birthday and I hate my mother.
Jesus.
And I hate that she brought me here. Ooh. Like his whole thing is like he hates life. He doesn't want to be alive sort of thing. And he just hates his mother for bringing him here. And when I read that, I hate my mother, it really took me back. I was like, oh God, I haven't heard something so direct.
So, yeah.
Most when they talk about their relationship, it's like, yeah, remember that mom had a bad relationship, but no one's flat out like, I hate my mother. And I was just really fascinated about when people bring up the kids who hate their kids, because it's not as far-fetched as what you think it is. And maybe Sharon Stone was just like, yeah, it was a very evident, because you hear a lot of people, for example, even going back to Lauren Hill, part of her speech was like, I grew up with parents who really loved me and made me feel very happy, so that's proof of who I am. But I also would think it's the same with growing up with parents who you feel hate you. And a lot of African parents do that thing of making their kids feel like a burden. And I'll say that from not even that my experiences, not even in a way that it didn't affect me in a way of like, but there was like aunties that every time they will blame their kid for like, if it wasn't for you kids, I'll be able to do this. It's because of you kids that I don't have money. It's because of you. Like I'm just like, and like thankfully I was aware that my mum, because of us, like that's why I started working really early, because I didn't want to be a burden to my mum. Not so that she made me feel like a burden, but I was just aware that I am a burden.
Yeah.
But these people who raise their kids flat out like, oh, I don't like you, or the kids feel like they don't like them, I find it like fascinating.
Yeah, that must be just mad, because your parents are like your first point of call.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I can't imagine how much of a mindfuck that must be as an innocent child, feeling that energy, like, because I'm sure, and I'm obviously outside of the extreme examples, I'm sure they don't say it, but it just goes to show how much we can feel energy, because sometimes you don't even have to say anything. Yeah. And I even think like with the African thing, that is so like, that is so common in our culture.
Like, it's like, they bring you up like you owe them something.
Yeah. As if you asked to be here. And I just feel like when, speaking for like African communities in particular, when they say things like that, I feel like a lot of that stuff comes from frustration.
Yeah.
And just like the people that are closest to you, like you're kind of taking it out on the children. And because so many of us grew up with parents that were operating from a place of survival, they're very much thinking of the now. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we're privileged enough now to understand how words mean things and words and the long-term impacts and stuff like that. But they weren't thinking about those things. They are literally just thinking about here and now, getting food on the table, getting to this money, helping this auntie come over. Like their stresses were so different to our stresses. And unfortunately for us, we were on the receiving end of a lot of those frustrations.
Yeah.
And I just feel like because of hierarchy as well, and this idea that you're the child, I'm the adult,
yeah.
it's so rampant in our culture.
I'm big in your soul.
It's so rampant in our culture that it's like you're just gonna take it. And there's little regard, because I guess from their perspective as well, we're so privileged. it's like, well, they didn't have this upbringing. They struggled. They lived very different lives to us or whatever, even if it's not struggle, but it's just a different life, isn't it? And because of the romanticization of the UK, to them, automatically, by virtue of us being here, we're privileged. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like when they're speaking to us like that, it's jealousy, it's frustration, it's all of these like
letting that
pent up emotions.
Yeah.
And I feel like we all do it naturally. Like you take things out on people that are closest to you. Unfortunately, for a lot of African children, it's us because we're in the household with our mums or our parents or whoever the case may be, and there just wasn't any regard for like these words and these feelings that you're like projecting onto those children.
It's because of you children that I can't do this. Because
exactly.
of you. It's just like, that
and
is
we
a
understand
lot.
that is a mad thing to say, but I genuinely just think that they are just...
There was, I'm saying a statement of facts. It is
exactly.
because
That's how they feel, and they're letting you know it because they're taking their frustrations out on you, which is like, now also, I would never say that.
But then it's the thing of the like, you must be good because it's because of you that ... sort of thing. And like, I always feel a bit sad when I meet considerate children, hear me out, like younger kids as well, where they're like, oh no, I can't do that because my mum can't afford. Because I'm like, I don't want.
Yeah,
I don't think kids should know your struggles. Like, I think a kid should be able to be like, oh, mommy, can I have a PS5, which you can't afford the gas bill. But because they're so unaware, because you've built a life for them, that they're not aware that the struggles that you're going through, sort of thing. And like a lot of like these kids get mature very quickly because they're very considerate very early, because they're aware that like, oh no, we can't afford that. Oh no, we don't have that. And that's when you see, like, in the worst case scenarios, you see those young boys who quote unquote go to country, try to make money quickly because their parents have always told them, you don't have any money, but you can't do this, and blah, 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 blah. And I don't know if we should safeguard our kids a little bit from those things.
No, we definitely should. And I feel like it's obviously too late for us because we're all grown now. But I think that a lot of that will change with like our generation, like the kids that we're raising. Do you know what I mean? But absolutely, like there's no, and the adultification looks so differently, like depending on whether you're a girl child, whether you're a boy child, whatever the case may be. Because like I feel like that financial pressure, like, actually I don't know, because listen, when I grew up, I didn't know I was poor. I knew I was poor when I was around other people.
I knew I was poor because of friends. Yeah. In the household,
I felt happy, I felt content. I didn't know any better until I got into the outside world. But like, like you definitely felt like your frustrations were taken out.
Yeah, like I always tell the story about when the night grey tracksuits first came out and everybody had a night grey tracksuit. I remember my mum buying me a Mackenzie one. I remember it was grey and red. And my mum made me feel like, the way, because my mum goes, you're so different from all your friends. This one is unique. I went into school with the idea that like, okay, cool, I'm unique. And I remember there being a picture and everyone had their grey tracks. I was like, I'll stand in the middle because mine's grey and black, grey and red. And it was this, and think about it now, it's because wait a minute. Like, it wasn't because we were cool and unique. It's because Nike wasn't an option, buddy.
Instilling confidence in your children is as much as flawed as our parents were or whatever. I do think the number one key to a lot of things is instilling confidence in your kids, because that could absolutely have had the opposite effect, where you could have been mortified about being different. No. But if you've been instilled with confidence, you were able to take that and create your own narrative around something, and then in turn, everybody else believed it, because confidence is like something you exude.
I wonder if they thought, shut the fuck up, or they thought, because I told everybody it's because I wanted to be different. I think I might have told them it's because I'm the leader.
They definitely would have believed it.
I think I still have the picture somewhere. I'm in the middle and everyone's running their grey, and I'm like, oh yeah, this looks sick. Like we're different. And I'm just like, bitch.
No, as kids, you definitely will you believe people that are confident.
My mum convinced us that trainers were for boys. Even till today, I don't really wear trainers. She was like, when you're a girl, why would you wear trainers?
No.
And now, when I get older, I was like, she was lying.
She was lying. She was trying to cover her back.
Why was she lying all of the time? And I was like, it's true. Even riding the bike, she told me it's because of what boys do. She's like, why do you think you're a girl? So I was like, oh yeah, sure, cool.
And the thing is, that's a more clever way than just like putting the burden on you to, do you know what I mean? Because I had a similar story. Like my mum, everyone had Adidas and Nike or whatever. And there was this little old school sports shop in Woodford. And he just mainly sold alternative sportswear.
Right, yeah.
So he sold a lot of
which is very cool
now. Tennis stuff and
practical sportswear.
Badminton stuff or whatever. And so my mum took me to this shop and she got me, and it's mad because Dunlop is now a thing. No, it wasn't Dunlop. No, it was High Tech. Yeah, High Tech never made a comeback, unfortunately. Actually, do they? I don't know.
Umbro has made a comeback.
Umbro,
and they've got a line at the moment with Reformation, and it slaps.
Reformation.
Yeah,
I was thinking of the.
Am I saying that Reformation?
You are. Yeah, and so my mum was like, "Oh, get these high tech." Like, I remember them so specifically. They were high tech Juliets, yeah. And I was just so gassed. She was like, "Yeah, these are." My mum was like, "These are better than Adidas." She was like,
"She was like, when Africans gas a tin."
Yeah, she was like, "You don't want Adidas,
None of
man."
Your friends have this
exactly.
one.
She was like, "These are high tech Juliets, blah blah blah." So I remember I wore them to school the next day because it was around the time we used to have to go swimming every single day for like a week when you're doing swimming lessons. And I remember being on the coach, and I was so gassed about my high tech Juliets, yeah. And I was proper showing everybody, and I was like, "I've got high tech Juliets. I've got high tech Juliets." The shit, blah blah blah, and then everyone was like, but then I took it too far and I started saying they were better than Adidas. I was repeating what my mum said. I was like, high tech Juliets are better than Adidas. They're better. And then like I was going back and forth with some boy, and he was like, high techs will never be better than Adidas. And then this other boy, shout out you, Danny Tracy. I don't know where you are, but Danny Tracy jumped in and he was like, everyone shut up. It doesn't matter as long as she's got trainers. Oh. And like that was so like
you can tell when people have been brought up well.
Exactly.
Like sweetheart,
he jumped in and he just wanted to just like, you know, just moderate the situation and neutralize the situation because I was really fighting for my high techs. And I think everyone was like, is this girl insane? Is this girl all right? But my mum had instilled that in my, oh my God, that woman instilled that in my head that these were better than Adidas and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, no, I feel really sorry for people that have like strained relationships with the people that are supposed to be your first examples of love.
I think the complexities of like growing up with a mother who you feel like was so overt about not liking you or not wanting you, and now you are taking care of them as they're sick and dying. That must be...
Yeah.
That must spin you.
You are a bigger person than me.
That must spin you because I do think like a lot of us still feel a responsibility to our parents regardless of their... And I think naturally... you feel like you owed them something for what they've done for you. I like for everything my mom's done for me. And some people are like, but they're meant to do that. But I still have the like, nah, I can't lie to you. My mom's done.
I mean, technically, they're supposed to raise you, keep you fed and watered and sheltered, technically. But all the other things...
I think as someone who was like, I feel really strongly that I've watched my mum give up herself in order to raise us. So I'm very strong about like, no, I can't lie, I owe this woman. Like, do you know what I mean? There are many things of the like, she could have just left me with her dad in Nigeria, but there's many things that she didn't have to do. And I think there's something about watching another parent choose themselves. Yeah, so the parent that stayed, you're like, wait, so there was an option and you could have gone because the other one left.
Yeah, exactly. You chose this.
Yeah,
like,
so I'm always like fascinated by the parent that stayed and also like they get a lot of shit as well.
Yeah, they do often. I think that they sometimes...
They get the kids' frustrations. They get the like, when you imagine being a parent that stayed and you hear one kid, I'm going to my dad. If you don't shut the heck up, he does not want to see you.
Exactly.
I have to say my dad. And I'm trying to cover up for him.
And I'm protecting. Yeah. Especially the parents that protect and, you know, they want to keep everything sort of very quiet about what the other parent is or isn't doing. Like that is a level of parenting that I rate that highly. Like I really
because my mum didn't tell us anything bad about my dad until we were a lot older.
Yeah.
Like there were so many parts of their relationships that I knew nothing about. And it wasn't what we were like, what the heck?
Mum went through that.
Didn't know anything about it. Shit, we had an I love dad mug in my house. Because mum didn't want us to feel left out.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
It's those little things that they do to just protect you. And like, because some people really are about their kids. There are some people that are like, I've got kids, and there are some people that are about their kids. Like, I would definitely consider my mum to be someone that is, nothing is more important to my mum than her kids. Like,
in a way that is actually too much.
Yeah.
Like,
literally to the point where it's like, let go.
It's actually not your life.
Yeah, exactly, to the point where my mum is like very ingrained in my life in a way that like I'm a 40-year-old woman and I still have a little bit of not really extreme fear, but there's a little bit of fear of like disappointing her or her approval. Like if I get into even a thing with my mum, it will ruin my day. Do you know what I mean? If I have like a bad dream about my mum, it will ruin my day. Like my mum is such an integral, intense part of like who I am, and it's amazing in so many ways and a privilege in so many ways. But I'd say that the good outweighs the bad. Do you know what I mean? But my mum, and I think your mum's the same, like she is about her kids. Like my mum, her kids are her life. Like there ain't nothing. And every 3 to 6 months, my mum will give me the pep talk about you know, I'm the only friend that you should trust. I'm the only person. It's me. Like, and I'm just like, I hear it, sis, but no, it's,
do you know that saying of that, you can't want it for someone more than you want it for you? No, my mum can.
No, mum wants it,
My mum wants it more for me than me.
My mum definitely wants it more for me.
Oh, whatever is this, like, you can't want it more for someone. No, my mum can't want it more for me.
No, definitely. My mum definitely does. Like, any win that I have, I know that my mum is just like, so gassed, and she's literally like, I prayed for this is my prayer every single day. Like, she truly like the happiness of her kids is more important than her happiness, like, without a doubt. But again, like,
the complexities of having to, they're now old, and you know this person treated you like shit.
I don't know how people reconcile with that. I don't. I think the only thing I can imagine is that, like, it's just easier just to do it, so you don't have to ever have that thing lingering over your head. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's this
just to
idea
be like, you know what, I did my part.
It is what it is. I've done it. Like, you'll never have that, like, oh, you could have done more, or you didn't.
And also, a lot of people, you have to fight for your life to not grow old bitter. You have to fight for your life as you get older to hold on to joy, because it is so easy for it to disappear. There's a video that was going around of this woman asking her young child, like, oh, what do you want to be when you're older? And he was like, I want to be happy. And in a caption, she was like, oh, I thought he was going to put something like, I want to be a dinosaur or something. And someone has like, I guess, stitched the video and is like, well, you're better off trying to be a dinosaur. They're like, you're better trying to be a dinosaur than trying to be happy, bro. Because as you get older, so much of life like taps at you that you have to fight for your life to keep that light in your eye, to keep that joy in your thingy. And so many old people grow bitter and angry. And if already this woman has hated you as a child, she's now grown up now. You're now looking after someone that is just aggy and treats you like shit. And it's just like, you want to help them. Fuck off, leave me alone, all of that.
Yeah.
That can't, I cannot imagine the strength it takes to not do the Tyler Perry thing and just dip them in their wheelchair.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, fuck off, man.
Like, push them off a cliff.
What?
Yeah, no, definitely. That must be a very complex feelings, but I think I always say like that could never be me, blah, 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 but I probably would, just because but it's not because like,
you just,
it's not even coming from a place of like superiority. It's coming from a place of, I don't want to feel shit later. Like, so like, I don't want to
just do what I need to do my part.
Until I don't have to do it no more. And then I can just whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I'm really interested to see how things go, because for us anyway, who are Africans or whatever, it is, our parents' generation are the first to grow old in this country. We don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
If we're second generation, like, none of the generations before us have got old in England. A lot of them, even when they do get older, they're thing is they're going back to Nigeria, they're going back to Africa, whatever. Now, how do we look after our parents who are getting older in this country? What does that look like to grow old and die in England? And not get to go back to your country that you always wish for? What does that look like? Does somebody have to take in your parent now? Do they go to a home? I think my mum would actually think we hated her if we took her to a home.
Never.
Like, it's like how I'm having so much conversations with friends, and the conversation are like, shit, our parents are getting older, I don't know what to do. Or parents are getting sick and they're like, I don't know how to.
Yeah,
we don't even know what services are open to us, because we've never got old in this country before.
And also just even navigating how to now parent your parents.
I feel so strongly about it, and I just think,
it's like, oh my God.
It's advocacy thing all over again. I feel so strongly about that. Like, we, second generation, need so much more things and information about how to get old with our parents. My nan wasn't in this country to get old. I don't know, like, as in, it wasn't like, oh yeah, with our nan we do this. It's just my mum. I don't know how she gets old here. And is the plan just to take her back to Nigeria? Like, as in, what is the goal? And ultimately, I think the parents should go to whoever was their favourite child.
What, to live with?
Yeah. Since you love her so much, let her live with you. Since that was a child that listened to you, because every parent has to like, oh, this child never gave me any trouble. When they were born, they were so quiet, they were so peaceful. Cool, that's your favourite child. Go live with her then. Every parent should end up with their favourite child. Yeah. Since you love them so much. And it's always a favourite child that doesn't want to take the mum. That would be you.
That would be me.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. My mum's favourite just fleeting. It depends on who's done what that month. But yeah, no, absolutely. It's things to consider.
I always think about the parents' favourite, to me, is always who they worry most about.
Yeah, because they get all the bloody attention.
Yeah, it's rarely the one who's done the best and blah, 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 blah. It's the one. So that's why I think I'm my mom's favourite in his way, because she's it's me that she's worried most about.
But I feel like also there's kind of like there's a codependency on that child as well, because I feel like that child keeps them parents and they low-key love it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like if you've got, like, let's say for example, you've got 3 children and they've done everything according to your parents' standards.
Yeah.
What next?
Now what do I do?
Now what?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like low-key they I mean, I can imagine there's something nice about still having to parent, you know, even though, I don't know, if they had to choose between, I don't want to have to like constantly be worrying about this kid and blah, 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 versus like, I don't have anything. Like everyone's fine. We see each other, you know.
Empty nester.
Yeah, there's a bit, you really feel the emptinessness of it all.
But yeah. Thoughts, things to think about. I have no thoughts, just thought-provoking things. Dilemmas?
Yes, ma'am.
We should do some dilemmas. Right, honeys, we are going to go do your dilemmas. This is a part of the show where we read your dilemmas, your situationships, your issue, whatever it is you're going through, and we try our best to solve them.
Yeah.
We good to go?
Yes, ma'am.
First dilemma. Hello, lovely ladies. I've been listening to your podcast for a very long time now, and I have to say, you've been a comfort to me in my home for many years. I feel like I know you, and for someone who doesn't really have many people I can call a friend, you guys have been a comfort for that.
Aww.
I'm genuinely so sad that you are leaving, but I know you're going on to bigger things.
Right.
Thank you for also not completely dropping the podcast and opening the opportunity for others. You guys are the real OGs of podcasting. Love you both. Down.
Muchos.
Down. So, my dilemma is that I am scared to move on. I have been with my kid's dad for many years. We met at 18. He was my first everything, and we broke up at 34. The relationship was toxic, but as soon as I had my kids, I knew it had to end, if not for my sake, but for my kids' sake. When I decided to leave, he started to say certain things to me and still does now. Things that seem like he's being nice, but I know he's trying to make me insecure. Like, you won't find anyone that will put up with you like I do. I love you regardless of all your flabby bits. You smell during sex. All these things never said to me during our relationship, like saying I smell during sex. He never, ever said anything like that before. I know he's saying it to make me feel insecure, to move on, but then there's this part of me that's like, what if it's true? I'm this flabby belly, smelly girl, and no man will want me as I have 2 kids. Which he told me that men seek out single mothers on purpose to use them, so I need to be extra careful. It's so interesting when you sleep with someone and it's almost like your eyes get open and you see them for who they truly are. He has also tried to put me down or make me feel like shit whenever he wanted to get his way. Like when I got pregnant, he said he didn't want any more kids as we were breaking up, and he started to tell me all the ways that I was a bad mother and how our home was disgusting, etc., which ultimately made me end the pregnancy. And I'm glad I did, because he did not deserve to have a child for him. No way. I look back and think how easily manipulated I was, and I don't want him to have the power anymore. But I'm so scared to date or meet someone new due to my own insecurities and also some of the stuff he has said to me. How do you go back into dating or even meeting someone when you literally have never been with anyone else but the father of your kids since you were a teenager? I'm now 37 and I'm starting to think that maybe it's not going to happen for me. Do you have any advice for me as to how to get back out there when you've never really been out there before, and how to build my confidence, I guess? So this is long, and thank you if you read it. Lots of love to you both.
Well, first of all, your baby father is
a bitch.
Is a raggedy bitch.
The bitch.
Okay? He is a big bitch. And the thing is, he can, like, it's very important to dissect the things that people are saying versus what they're doing, because if you were this smelly, flabby person, why he's been with you all these years.
Why were you there for so long?
Why is he trying to hold you back? Like, you've got to really ask yourself, what is the intention of him speaking to you in this manner? The only intention is because he doesn't want you to move on, because he knows that you can do better, and he's trying to suppress your confidence so that he can keep you locked in with him. At the end of the day, if you were all of these things, why was he still sleeping with you?
Yeah.
What does that say about him? Do you know what I mean? If you were this ain't shit person, why was he with you for all of these years? You really have to unpack that and realize that it's complete and utter projection and reverse psychology. And you have to really let go of those toxic thoughts and stop letting him have so much power over you. I feel like before you can even consider moving on, you need to let go of this hold that your ex has on you, like first and foremost, because what will happen is you still having these feelings. I don't actually advise that you start trying to move on, because I get the logic of like, oh, sometimes you've got to get under someone to get over them.
Yeah.
But I think that when you've been in a verbally abusive relationship, I don't think that it's good to enter something new with still having that mindset. Because what's going to happen is you're actually going to attract people that are similar to your ex, and you're going to find yourself in a cycle. I think you need to really focus on yourself, really try to unlearn all of the bullshit that he tries to spew to you, really find your confidence again. Do your own thing. You've been in a relationship for a long time. I don't think your focus needs to be getting into something new. Travel, go out with friends, whatever things that you were inhibited from doing before, do that. I'm sure that there's so much life to live outside of dating with your kids. Like, get them used to you having this new setup, whatever. Eradicate that man from your life outside of him being a father to your children. I feel like there's a lot of admin, there's a lot of housekeeping that needs to be done before you can think about moving on. And I feel like once you've done those things, you will see that you exude a different kind of energy that will bring someone to you.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should go out seeking a relationship just yet whilst you have these thoughts on your mind.
And the thing is, you guys are not together, I know that, but you're still with him. Like
100%.
He's still there it's still
like
there
this.
in your mind for him to be able to say certain things to you, whatever. And again, I'm not saying no contact. You have children. But there is a thing of when the relationship ends and when you actually, when it's actually like,
done.
I am free of this person. Because I think, because you're not completely free of him, and absolutely fair, you've been with him since you were 18 and you're now 37. Like you said, he's been your first everything, and the assumption was this was going to be your only person. You never had to go back into the game. But like Audrey said, I don't know if I'll be like, just go back here and see what happens, whatever. I do think you need to figure out be confident within yourself first before you go out there, because I do think, in his point to be like, oh, some men target single women. Some men do.
That one, he didn't lie about that.
Yeah, some men do. And it's not until like you've worked out who you are that you can spot out losers from afar. And I'm so happy that you've pointed out and spotted out the first loser in your life, which is your baby dad. Unfortunately, it had to be him.
Yeah.
But good, you were able to spot him. And the more you work on yourself, the more you figure out who you are, your antenna for losers is up. There's a reason why so many women who are self-aware, beautiful, confident, work hard, blah, blah, are single, because the antenna for bullshit is so strong.
100%.
Like, and also it's just like, if you're not going to better my life, there's absolutely no reason why you need to be here.
Exactly.
So I do think you need to get to a point where like, because then unfortunately, I think if you're not, you're going to accept another loser.
100%.
Because you feel shit about yourself. But when you feel highly, they're likely that you're going to accept
you. The trash don't even talk to you.
I know am I ugly? But it's just like, there's no point wasting this one's time.
Exactly.
Like, they're very aware that like, they just know
her.
sort of thing. And babe, don't let that man talk to you about your flabby bits. No man. Many a man.
Men don't give a damn about any of that shit.
We'll love you with your flabby bits. Please, let's all be for real.
Fupa never killed no one.
It ain't never killed nobody. In fact, it's cushioned people's. It's gave them
Cushioned
comfort.
people's falls.
Please, like, let that man be for real. But the access that he has to be telling you that kind of rubbish is not needed.
That's exactly what it is. Because why is he able to tell you? Why are you
How
talking
is this conversation
to me?
starting? Why are you talking to me?
Exactly.
Ruth?
Why are you talking to me outside of what time you're coming to get the kids?
Thank you.
Those are the only conversations, and I suggest you start limiting the conversations to that, because then he'll start to take you seriously as well. And like, there's no reason for him to be calling your phone, chatting shit like, what? And you're not together.
You need to hit him with next time he says any bullshit, you need to hit him with a, never in your life will you speak to me like that again. From now on, what we're talking about is the children. You don't get to talk about me.
Yep.
Because it's that I've come to you to seek a review.
Exactly. Who asked? And I just think that like, I just really don't. You've come out of such a 18 to 34.
Take time.
You've come out of such a long relationship. Like, girl, like, do not enter a relationship right now.
Yeah.
If it gets to a point where, I wouldn't even say do it just to have a bit of fun, because when you've come out of something long, I don't think that that's a natural transition to make. I think it's quite difficult to detach yourself from being in something serious.
Yeah.
And you really need to like just settle and chill. And at the end of the day, I understand why some people like rush into relationships or whatever if you feel like you've got a biological call. You don't have, like, you've got your kids, so there's no rush to date. I strongly urge that you just chill out and have a day off from the dating and thinking about men. You've just come out of a toxic situation that hasn't even healed. I think once you get to a place where you have you've put your ex in his place, you guys have got your agreements, your arrangements, you know how you're doing things, then consider it.
Yeah.
Not whilst he's talking to you like this,
Exactly.
you're not ready.
And also this idea that like, you're 37 and it might not happen for you. Okay, it might not happen for you, but it also might. So put the same efforts into overthinking the good things as well.
Exactly.
Next dilemma, honey.
Okay. Hi, Tolly. Hi, Audrey.
Hello.
It's nice to know I have 2 big sisters I can lean on. As the firstborn, I'm usually the one everyone comes to, and I find it much easier to listen to other people's problems than open up about my own. I have a sister who's my absolute best friend, but for some reason, I still struggle to tell her when I'm going through something. I'm the lady who wrote in previously about my late father leaving an inheritance for me and my siblings. My husband wanted me to use a large portion of my share for our traditional wedding.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
After listening to your advice, I decided to protect myself financially.
That's my girl.
I know, that's right. To be honest, I lied about the amount I
That's my
received.
girl.
Yes, girl. To explain without using real figures, imagine I received 100. I told him I only received £33.
That's my girl.
I divided what I got into 3. Perfect. With the amount he knew about, we paid off our credit card debt, bought a few things for the house, and I treated myself to a few nice things. I also mentioned investing. He felt we had too many immediate needs because I'm currently on maternity leave and earning about 70% of my usual income.
Okay.
He said we could invest later once I return to work.
Okay.
Makes sense. The interesting thing is that as far as he's concerned, the money is now completely gone. There's been no further conversation about investing or building savings. I'm actually grateful I listened to your advice. I opened a trust fund for my baby, converted some of the money into US dollars, invested in a few stocks, and I also bought a few things for myself.
That's my
I
babes.
decided I will not be using my additional inheritance for our traditional wedding.
You.
If my husband still wants us to have one, I believe he should make most of those arrangements himself. Yes. If my father didn't die, he would have had to find a way around it. Facts.
He really would have.
Even though I'm happy with my decision, Even though I'm happy with my decision, I still find myself feeling a little bit resentful at times. I try not to let it show, but I think it started affecting our relationship.
Oh, okay.
We haven't had sex in over a month. Recently, I was surprisingly in the mood to, not realising my period was just about to start. We started being intimate and we both thought I was wet, but when my husband touched me, we realised it was actually a few drops of blood because my period was starting.
Mate, every morning I wake up with my period.
You
know?
I suddenly felt so embarrassed. I'm still adjusting to my postpartum body, my tummy, my weight, and all the changes that came after having a baby. In that moment, I felt really self-conscious. Part of me expected that he would say it's not a big deal and continue anyway, but he chose not to. So I got up, cleaned myself and the bed, and we didn't have sex. My first question is it wrong that I felt hurt or rejected when he decided not to continue? I don't know, maybe I was just horny. My second question is about our marriage after becoming parents. Before having my baby, I always believed my love languages were words of affirmation and gift giving. Acts of service never seemed that important because I often felt that people wouldn't do things the way I like them done anyway. But becoming a mum has completely changed that. Now, simple things like washing bottles, emptying the diaper bin, making the bed, changing diapers, or taking care of the baby so that I can sleep feel like the biggest expressions of love.
Is that even acts of service, or are you just doing your fucking
that's your
part?
job. That's your part. My husband works incredibly hard. He has 2 jobs, pays our bills, and contributes financially when my inheritance was not in question, which I truly appreciate. However, when it comes to caring for the baby, I'd honestly say he does about 15 to 20% of it. Sometimes he'll hold the baby for an hour so I can nap, but then he'll keep calling me every few minutes asking where something is or how to do something. Before I know it, my opportunity to rest is gone. At the same time, my mum has pointed out something about me that I think is true. She says I can be particular about how things are done. For example, if someone washes the dishes, I might say thank you, but that's not how I would have done it. I worry that I may unintentionally discourage him from helping because I sometimes want things done my way. There's one more thing I'd really appreciate your advice on. My husband has this habit that honestly gets under my skin, and I don't know if I'm overreacting. He'll scroll through Instagram or TikTok and come across videos of babies doing extraordinary things. Then he'll come to me and say things like, I just saw a 6-month-old saying, praise the Lord. Then he'll come to me and say things like, I just saw a 6-month-old saying, praise the Lord, hallelujah. Can you teach our baby that?
Why don't you teach him?
Exactly. Or I saw a 7-month-old naming all the colours of the rainbow. Can you teach our 8-month-old to do that too? And in my mind, I'm like, where is my well done for teaching my baby how to high five and clap and say sorry? It really irritates me.
At 8 months?
Exactly. That's insane. I know he probably means well and is excited about our baby's development, but I wish he understood that social media only shows tiny highlights and every baby develops at their own pace. Most of the time, I don't even argue anymore. I just say, okay, You can teach him then, because I don't have the energy to explain anything. Lately, I've realised that I genuinely feel happier and more at peace when I'm spending time with my baby than when I'm with my husband. That makes me feel guilty because I don't want to feel that way. It's like the little things keep piling up, and now I find myself getting so irritated sometimes. I look at him and I just feel annoyed, even when he hasn't necessarily done anything major in that moment. I don't know whether these feelings are just part of the stress of becoming new parents, whether I'm carrying unresolved resentment, or whether this is something I really need to address before it grows into something bigger. So my questions are, 1, was I wrong for feeling hurt when we stopped having sex after my period unexpectedly started? 2, how I communicate that since becoming a mum, acts of service now make me feel more loved than words of affirmation. 3, how can I encourage my husband to be more involved with the baby without making him feel criticised or micromanaged? And 4, how do I stop these little frustrations from turning into resentment and affecting my marriage? I love my husband and appreciate how hard he works for our family, but I don't want those feelings to keep growing. Thank you so much for taking the time to read this. I'd really appreciate your advice.
Whew.
I'm so glad she's done it in little bullet points, because I wouldn't have remembered all of the things. But first of all, shout out you for what you did. Was chef's kiss. That was perfection, what you did with the money.
Perfection.
That was perfection. Well played, sis.
Like perfection. Did what you need to do. Kept some money, built for your baby and your family. What's the need of spending grand money for traditional wedding?
Exactly.
For what? If you want it, you pay for it.
And if something goes tits up, you've got a cushion. Beautiful. Beautiful scenes. Beautiful scenes.
Now to her questions. Are you right for feeling hurt? I think in the moment, I wouldn't carry it as a thing that I'd use forever. But in the moment, I'd be like, oh, that was shit. Like, yeah, I'd feel a little bit hurt in the moment if we started and he stopped. Yeah, but I would also get it.
I think with the period thing, I think it's only you, like, have you had sex on your period before?
Yeah, like,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that those are things to consider, because there are some guys that will happily run a red light. There are some guys that will not.
That do not,
do you know what I mean? So it really depends. If you've done it before and then suddenly today, it might have been more of a frustration. And sorry, I'm about to get graphic, but I think maybe what happened is you're in the moment and then that happens. I think sometimes for men, they can't perform when something happens, they can't always perform. So it might have been that.
And I think also it's a thing of the, like, his ego as well. He's gone in there thinking, wow, she's mad wet.
Yeah, yes.
Is that me? Yeah, she's mad wet.
Yeah, he's thinking
Come
he's
to find
eating
out,
down.
it is my menstruation little cycle, buddy.
Exactly.
Anybody that wet for you.
Exactly.
So maybe it's like, oh. So, and then also, like you said, if you haven't had sex in your period before, maybe it feels like it is a full stop. End of, like, I'm not running around, like, that's it. That we're not doing this. So maybe it wasn't a thing of he was, like, disgusted by you, didn't want to touch you, but the assumption was, we don't have sex when you're on your period. So if you're on your period, this sex session is not going to happen. But shit, let me suck some dick.
Yeah, he
like,
might
is it like
yeah,
they just
exactly.
wrap up the whole
it
show?
Have to be. You could have still been intimate.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think that's for something further for you to think about, because obviously you have all of the context that we don't. But I agree. I don't think I would have
I would have carried it. I would have been a bit.
I would have been
man.
like, okay. Because there's always something not nice about when you get rejected sexually in any way, shape, or form. Whether your period comes or whether they
heartbreaking.
Or whether they just can't get it up for whatever reason. Like, you start internalizing it and thinking, rah, is it me? So I think outside of that, I wouldn't overthink about it, and unless you're having just general issues with your sex life anyway. So that's number 1. Number 2
was,
how can I communicate that since becoming a mum, acts of service now make me feel more loved than words of affirmation? You just communicate it.
But also, I think what you're calling acts of service is jarring me, because it's
that's very true.
It's things that he's meant to do to help you, because we're both parenting. And if my task here is that, like, I am always the one, like, practically holding a baby, do you know that? Can you be the one to do the wash the bottles, do that and the other? And that's just a case of saying exactly what you need. Rather than being like, oh, he'll see it and then do it. Let everybody be for real. Like, listen, you can't be disappointed that somebody blah, 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 blah. Men are going to play, I didn't know you need it. I'll tell me how to do it then, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing, once I've told you once and I've showed you how to do it once, please know that shit well. And I'm not going to be like, just this one-off Wednesday, can you do it for me? Babe, do you mind every time I do it, can you be the one to do this part of it?
Usual.
Not even do you mind, babe, can you do this part of it? That's it. And stop treating it as something he's doing for you. He's not doing it for you. It's for the baby.
Exactly.
So I do think that, but also in terms of, like, even you, watch how you do it. So it's like, you want to encourage someone to do something, but you're telling them they're not doing it your way. Someone's washed the plate, you're like, but I wouldn't have done it that way. That thing is annoying.
You don't need to say that.
I will tell you that thing is annoying. You have to also be as someone that has to be like, you know what? You learn, pick your battles. Pick your battles. If you wash the bottle and it's not how you would have done it, as long as it's not going to cause harm to that baby, then still use the bottle as is, or wash it again when he's not looking.
Exactly.
But like, I don't think you need to tell him to be like, oh, not even wash it again. Tell him to be like, babe, this is how you do it. And again, show him the one time. But I don't think, you don't need to remind people that I would have done it differently. Yeah. That's annoying for anybody. If someone did that to me, I don't want to do anything for you.
Same. And it does actually discourage you from doing stuff.
Yeah, then you do it then.
Actually does. And then,
please.
especially with men, they end up weaponizing it against you later because that becomes, you've now given them an angle as an excuse as to why they can't do something. I definitely think sometimes you have to hold it. Like, I definitely think that, like, I get that whole thing of doing it your way and it not being to your standard, but definitely that is so annoying to hear. Like, the person's just done it.
I can smash the place I just washed. If I wash places and I wouldn't do that, I can just smash everything here. What
I
you
usually go over it low-key after. But it's usually not much. It's just like, okay, you didn't wipe that. Like, why would you just wash plates and not wipe down the side? Babe, that's weird to me.
You've got so much going on.
Yeah,
you don't have
like,
to think about every little detail of this house, whatever. And I do think maybe like people have the kind of like, you have a set where like you want to carry the baby. Sometimes you can watch someone, and I assume as well, like your partner carrying your baby, but like, I would not be holding that child like that. But you know what? Do what you.
I have to do that all the time. It's literally one of the biggest bones.
Like that, but you're like, I can't.
Honestly, in my house, that's such a bone of contention. In fact, it happened the other day. Yeah, so we were going to do the thing at Soho House.
Yeah,
and so Nick was looking after Anaya, and then he randomly was like, mind you, this thing was in the evening, so it's all like 5 o'clock. I'm getting ready to leave, and then he's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to my uncle's.
With who?
And I was like, you dumb, like what? And then I was like, my thing's tonight. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, so what are you going to do with Anaya? And then he was like, I'm going to take her with me. And I just lost it because I was like, that makes no sense. The girl's been in nursery all day. She's tired. It was during the heat wave. Now you want to uproot her to go visit your uncle that you can go see at any time. And I just lost it. And then he came into... I lost it. I was like, you're not taking her, like, blah, blah, blah. And it was like proper heated argument. He walked out of the room and then he came back and he was like, don't ever in your life tell me where I can't take my child.
That in your life, it's such a bar. Any opportunity I can tell someone in your life. Because I mean it so deep. Don't ever in your life. But also good to you. Don't ever in your life tell me where I can take my child. Are you all right?
I was like, and he was like, don't ever in your life tell me where I can and can't take my child.
Were you humbled?
I'll take her where I want. I understood his perspective.
But I bet you went no more.
But in my head, I was thinking, you dare. And the thing is, there's only one car seat, so I purposely drove that evening. Because there's only one car seat. And
you left the car seat in your car?
Yeah, of course I did. I drove.
And the thing is, we were going to St. Chil. To the point that Audrey got a ticket, but she's like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a damn. I literally got £160 fine for that day. I was like, you're not taking that kid anywhere. But I say all of that to say, like, yeah, it happens in relationships where like you want things done a certain way and you don't feel like people are doing it to your standards. But I think sometimes you have to, because like there's so many things that he doesn't do to my standards, but I let it go so that when times like this happen, I can go off. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like you just have to pick your battles. Like,
yeah, if you want someone to not feel criticised or micromanaged, hey, don't do it.
Yeah. Because it is very annoying on the receiving end as well.
It is very annoying. Yeah. It's very, very annoying. And I think it's in all relationships, in parenting and partnership, it's just like there's certain things I wouldn't have done it that way, but whatever, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like it's done.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Whatever.
But then I think that feeds into point number 3. How can I encourage my husband to be more involved with the baby without
that's
all the same thing, isn't it?
And number 4 is how do I stop these little frustrations from turning into resentment and affecting my marriage? Pick your battles.
Pick your battles and discuss them in real time. Like when they say communication is key, and that goes for anything, not even just like romantic relationships, it really is. The more you talk about things as they're happening in real time, I find that they don't build up as much. The more things you hold on to and the more things you suppress, that's when later, when it all piles up and then that's when you have these explosions. I think that like there's ways in which you can say things that can be meaningful and impactful without being rude or aggressive or turning into an argument. And I always say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So if your delivery is a thing, then maybe work on that, because I can sometimes be like that. Like sometimes I build myself up so much to say something, it ends up coming out aggressively, and that was not my intention. It's something that should have just been very simple.
Yeah.
So just think about how you communicate things, because I think that has a massive impact on how the person receives it.
Yeah.
So...
But yeah, you love this man. You make it work. You're adjusting. You've got new baby, new dynamics in your household. It probably takes a minute. Yeah, and you.
You, heavy on the you.
Heavy on the you. Not the we, the I. No. All right, next dilemma. Hey ladies and guests, if any, let me go straight into business. I've been house hunting for the longest time in London. I finally found my dream place, but the live-in landlord has asked me if I'm a Christian. but I'm actually agnostic. I immediately said yes because I knew that would be her gauge to determine whether or not I move in. She asked the church, I said redeemed, and then she explained that she attends the redeemed too and points out where her church was.
Oh, for God's
I immediately
sake.
told her I might not be changing churches soon in order to remove commitment. I just hope it all goes well. Please advise me. You've done your worst, never to advise you.
Yeah, exactly.
You've done what
It's a
you're going to
dilemma.
do.
So
The dilemma is there's nothing to advise
So
you.
she lied to her landlord.
Yeah, that you okay, cool. You've got your place now. She says, let's go to church together. No, actually, I'll go to my church.
Yeah. Oh, so the dilemma is that she doesn't want to go to church with her
Yeah, because the
landlord.
woman was like, I go to Redeem too, and my church is over there. Maybe one Sunday we can go together. Just say no.
Yeah, girl, just say no. Like, so long as you pay. Listen, the only thing you've got to worry about is paying your rent on time.
Yeah.
She can't force you to do nothing.
You say no, I'm very committed to the church I go, and that's the end of that story.
Yeah, I wonder if she said looking for Christian tenant.
She probably didn't, but the woman just thought.
Just asked, yeah.
Yeah, when you start waking up on a Sunday, on a Saturday morning to gospel,
Exactly.
you know that maybe you shouldn't have lied.
Yeah.
Like when you're listening to loud gospel on speaker. Have you ever had Yoruba gospel before? When you start, I don't know why the assumption is that this woman's Yoruba, but whatever. When you start opening your eyes on a Saturday morning and you're listening to loud, never would have made it.
Lord.
You know if you should have lied or not.
No, yeah, girl.
Thankfully for you, gospel slaps. So,
Yeah.
good luck.
Exactly. That's a nice light one.
Yeah, next one.
Next dilemma.
Next dilemma.
Hi, Tolly and Audrey. Firstly, I want to praise you both for cultivating a community of friends and sisterhood over the years.
Thank you.
You have provided a safe space to gossip and share laughs, as well as give advice and share concerns. I will greatly miss your support and witty banter, but I know you'll continue to do amazing things.
Why, thank you.
So here's my dilemma. I'm sorry for the length. I'm 27 years old and I've been working as a maths teacher for the last 5 years. Last year, I relocated to an international school somewhere in Latin America. It's been a tumultuous transition, to say the least. I was given the false impression that the school was a lot more organised than it actually was. There was no scheme of work to follow, no behaviour management policy, and I only received exercise books a month and a half into the school year. I spent the last year creating everything from scratch, trying to wrap my head around a completely new school software that even the school couldn't work out themselves, and dealing with lacking resources. All this placed a lot of pressure on me, and I found myself breaking down often and wondering if I should just go back to London. However, I made it to the end of the year, and funnily enough, I'm looking forward to the next academic year, considering the way I set everything up in the last term. Furthermore, the students I've worked with have been so much kinder and easier to talk to than British students, so this is the first time I'm not dreading the new academic year.
Okay.
On the other side, a couple of months before I left Panama, I met a man who I can wholeheartedly say is my future.
Okay.
Why I decided to download Hinge a few months before I left the country, I have no idea. However, I matched with my current boyfriend on there. Let's call him Sean. Sean is kind, funny, considerate, attractive, and a God-fearing man.
Let's go.
He's also very affectionate with me, and I with him, which is crazy because we're both Nigerian, so PDA is not something that comes naturally to us. When I told him I was going to move abroad soon, he said he wanted to continue dating and see where it goes. A month later, we became official. A month and a half after that, I boarded my plane to leave the country. Being in a long-distance relationship has been so hard, especially with the 6-hour time difference. When I'm at work, I'm not allowed to use my phone in front of the students. By the time I get home, we manage to talk for maybe an hour or two before he has to go to bed because he wakes up at 4 a.m. for work. I'm always eagerly awaiting any visit we have because there are so few and far between. This is because where I live in Latin America isn't a direct flight from London, so a plane ticket is a lot more expensive. Also, my boyfriend has a Nigerian passport, which means it's not easy for us to meet in another country. All in all, I love this man so much and I see my future with him. I just want to be close to him. That being said, my work contract is only for 2 years, so my primary intention is to move back to London and hopefully into an apartment with him at the end of the contract. However, the new head teacher wants to reform the school so that it becomes a smooth running system. He says this would require at least 5 years to do, and he's looking forward to helping me develop the mathematics department in that time. I don't know how to tell him that I don't even intend to stay for 3 years, let alone 5. For example, during the end of the year staff party we had, there was a few people giving goodbye speeches, and I jokingly said to him that that'll be me next year. He did not find that funny. The problem is that I understand where he's coming from, and despite all I've been through the past year, I'm looking forward to seeing the school develop for the better. Part of me does want to be involved. I want to see the impact I have on these students as they finally get to experience a school with structure and behaviour management. However, I can't bear the thought of being away from Sean longer than I need to. I wish he could move here with me, but I know his ultimate goal is British citizenship or indefinite leave to remain, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So he can move anywhere. That's something I want for him as well, because my ultimate goal is to continue living abroad and working in international schools. And I want to do that once he's not burdened with strict entry policies. What should I do? Do I leave the school at the end of my contract so I can be with Sean, or do I commit a few more years to a long distance relationship to stay and help reshape the school? I would greatly appreciate your advice. Love from a loyal listener.
As soon as that contract is done, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like, I've got to put me first. Like, I saw the kids at the school was not structured. I will work my damn hardest before this contract ends. I will do my best to leave you guys in the best possible situation. But I've got to put me first.
Yeah. I think I agree, just because it's not, like, it was very chaotic when you got there. The reason why it's so smooth is because of all of these like things that you've put into place to make the place run better. And all of this work and expectations at the headmaster. Are you getting a pay rise? Are you getting a, there's been no mention of a promotion. There's been no mention of like, do you know what, we want to actually pay you more because you've invested so much time and energy and knowledge
There's no
into
incentive
this.
to
There's
be
no
here
incentive
longer.
to really stay. And you can actually work anywhere and, you know, have that same impact. I don't think you necessarily, I feel like you've made a great impact already. Like, you've left a legacy in that place that will probably go on forever. You've done what you need to do there. I would probably come back as well. And
yeah, I'll do my, and the things wouldn't be like, oh, enjoy. If you were like, if the dilemma was a real like me versus me, like, do I leave for love or do I leave for my life and career progression? There is no career progression here.
Yeah.
It's everything is for the ultimate goodness of the school. Who is thinking about the ultimate goodness of you?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but I will end my contract, work as hard as I can before it leaves, and I'm going back to my man.
Yeah, you don't have to
And
have
what I
guilt.
want. And also, you're not picking Sean, you're picking yourself. Like, being with Sean in the
Yeah.
same country is what's going to make you happy
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I don't think lesser of people who move countries for their partners if that's what they want.
absolutely makes
Like,
sense.
the only time I'm like, oh, as if it's like, no, what the other option is really going to change my life for the better, but I've got this loser boyfriend. You haven't said Sean's a loser. You haven't said he makes you happy, you're great with him. It's also a version of your life that you want. Yeah.
And also, you changed their life for the greater good. Do you know what I mean? You changed
Bruv,
the school's life. You've already I think you've made such a great impact in, you know, setting up this foundation of this blueprint that they can carry on. That is amazing. That
done
feels
my
like
part.
that is above your remit.
Yeah.
That feels like that is above your pay grade. And again, if they had said, like, listen, you've come here, you've made such a mark on the school, we really want to reward you with a position as assistant head teacher or this or head of this. What do you mean I'm
None
going to
of
do more
that.
work and there's been no
Just
no
because
incentive?
we want, I've done my part,
Yeah,
I've done my
no.
bit. This is
No,
where
no,
my
no.
story ends with you, man,
Yeah.
and I go to my man.
I agree.
Good luck
and
to all
to
involved.
me, Sean is just a bonus. I think you should leave there anyway, just because they're not offering. You're not going to be paid for your time and your labour, and then you just so happen to have a man that's waiting for
I'm
you on
not
the
even
other side.
sugarcoating it. I'm leaving because of my boyfriend. I'm kind of saying it's what I want, is where I want to be, and that's where I'm going.
Yeah, no, period.
All right, next dilemma.
Next dilemma.
Hi, gorgeous, gorgeous girls. Love you both and your podcast so much. You both are hilarious, stunning, and always put a smile on my face.
Aw, merci.
I banged our episodes out, especially a hard time during my PhD write-out, to the point where my girlfriend joked that I should thank you in my thesis acknowledgements. I hope you did.
I hope you did. Yeah.
I'd love a thesis
all
acknowledgement.
the academia.
Best of luck with your new chapter, and thanks in advance for the advice. Sorry it's a long one. I'm spiraling. Trigger warning, this dilemma does include sexual assault and abuse, and it's very sensitive. So if you want to skip up, blah, 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 please go ahead and do that. I'm a Nigerian girl in her late 20s, and my PhD graduation is coming up in just over a week. And I'm so proud to have completed it while running a charity, navigating health issues, and hating every second of it. However, I really don't want my family there. My parents, particularly my dad, is abusive. He's really controlling and a bully. He's financially abusive, paranoid, and definitely mentally unwell man. And this term gets thrown around a lot, but he is a textbook narcissist. Some examples of his abuse are: he didn't let us go out or let family and friends come into the house, and even stopped talking to us because we went to a funeral. He threw a strop and left my undergrad graduation early. He often mentions enjoying moulding young women, i.e. my younger cousins or an employee back when he has a business, calling them his special projects, and gets angry with other people, including my mum, talk to these young women because she'll taint them. He got my brother to break up with his girlfriend partly to save money, then tricked him out of all of his savings. Christians. He is a minister and he scared his congregation away. So preaches in a pulpit at home to my brother and my mum, just berating and belittling us and talking about his glory days. He stopped talking to me a couple of years ago. I called him to tell him about an award I got for an academic work, and he ignored it and started yelling because I went part-time at my PhD because of my health/charity work, screaming, "How could you do this to me?" He pushed me relentlessly to do the PhD and sees it as his own achievement. He was also legitimately so angry that I was not a millionaire professor by then as well. I was 26. He then stopped talking to me and since has not apologized at all. Something I hadn't told many people is that he had been sexually harassing me since I hit puberty at 13. And in addition to saying things, staring, making noises at me, particularly when I wear anything figure hugging, he would also try and catch me when I was changing and try to corner me to kiss me and touch my body inappropriately. I recently got diagnosed with PTSD and got NHS therapy for a separate SA incident that happened years ago that I also told no one about, and it unlocked these dark memories about my dad. I feel so angry and so disgusted at him, but also my mum, who would just act like nothing was happening and justified it by saying he was a village man. She would also tell me to keep my dad's actions to myself and shout at me if I called, text a friend about one of my dad's many episodes. Living with other West African girlies and seeing them have healthy, non-creepy interactions with their dads made me deep my dad was an abuser. I have been managing my parents' intense mood swings and chaos my whole life. They'd pulled me into their argument at 8 years old because they said I was smart and logical. I would stand up for my mum and tell my dad off. My mum and I used to be close and she's more normal but still quite erratic and nasty from time to time. Over the last 4 years, I have stopped going home in general. I used to be extremely depressed and quite suicidal since I was a child, and reducing seeing them has helped me with that. When I do have to see them, I get so anxious. My PTSD flares up and I genuinely lose weight beforehand from stress and crash for days afterwards. I even have chipped and cracked teeth from the traumatic stress that I am paying to fix. I'm also queer, and my mum was scary when I came out. She eventually got back to talking every now and then, and again, she's still homophobic and pressures me to talk to my dad, go to his church and come home. I never talk about the SA/A stuff my dad did, but when I bring up the other stuff he's done to all of us, she says I'm exaggerating, too sensitive, or denies that it all happened. My brother says it's just dad, and also pressures me to make up with him. They literally worship him. Recently, my dad had been telling them that he actually loves me and wishes I was around. He never calls, but he reached out once over email when I finished my PhD. He said congrats and gave me a list of things he expects me to do now. But these people stole my childhood and I want to be able to live life for myself now. I recently had a near-death experience abroad. I know, what the fuck? And something switched in me. I felt certain that I needed to cut my family off. At my graduation, I want to just enjoy their day without babysitting them and worrying about what my dad's going to do next. My partner and friends are so wonderful, and I don't want to expose them to homophobes and creepiness. But I also feel so guilty and quite sorry for my parents. My mum recently sent a long message talking about a dream where I didn't invite them and how heartbroken and devastated she felt. I don't know how to tell them that I don't want them there. Unpacking all of this with them will, of course, cause a big bust up. And I am just recovered from severe illness, and I don't want to spend fragile energy I have managing their feelings. But since the text from my mum, I've been so anxious. I can barely sleep or eat, so I feel I have to do/say something. I want them to be happy, but not at my expense anymore. I just want to heal and live in peace. What do I do? How do I go about this? Should I lie? Any ideas? Sorry for the length, and thank you if you do read this.
Oh God, that is heavy. I think you said it at the end. You want to heal and find peace. And unfortunately, that can't include people that have contributed to taking those things away from you. Mm-hmm. I think that, you know, when it comes to your dad, especially, let's be completely honest, accountability is never going to come. Like, it doesn't sound like he's set in his ways. And I think she mentioned that her siblings are obsessed with him, or her brother's obsessed with her brother. And so when you've got like a sibling that idolizes this person and you've got this different experience, it's just all very complicated. Mm-hmm. You've got the fact that you're queer as well to consider. I think the feelings of guilt that you have come from being raised in a community where like family comes first, family's everything. And I don't think we understand how much of a toll that takes on us or how much we embody that, like to the point where like someone can be abusing you, treating you like absolute trash, and you still have like feel like this sense of like responsibility towards them and their feelings and all the rest of it. And you know, I feel like that is going to take a long time to unlearn, but you kind of have to start unlearning it from now. Like, you don't owe this person anything. I don't think that you should cut your family off completely. Like, I guess there's something to be said about mums and how they contribute to these things. Like, your mum essentially protecting your abuser. Like, did I make it up, or she said that the mum was aware of the sexual harassment? Like, she's like covering it up and just pretending it's not happening. Oh, that's a whole other thing.
I think many people grow up with like dads who are fucking miserable in their household, and they just think it was the line that you said, "Oh, that's just dad," and I think they just think, "Oh, that's just how they are." Like,
just grumpy old
and
dad.
I don't understand how even as a dad, as a man, you can be like, you walk into your living room when your kids go to their room. Like, I said, like nobody wants to fucking be around you. Like, every time there's an ounce of like alone time with you, everybody tries to get out of that situation because you are a cunt. And like, it's such a thing in the household. So there's that. And then there's the extra layer of the like, he was abusive. What do you mean your dad tried to corner you to kiss you? What do you mean like he tried to watch you get changed? Unlike Audrey, I would cut this particular family off. They're not coming to my graduation.
All of them.
They're not coming to my graduation. At most, my brother, if I feel like they're not coming to my graduation, it's okay. She's already dreamt about it. She's already practiced the sadness. She's already practiced the sadness. It's okay. She felt heartbroken in a dream. Now the dream can be a reality. You lot are not coming. You're not ruining my day. I'm not babysitting you on a day that's important to me. When I have to see you, if I have to, blah, 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 blah. You said that you have those days. What do you mean I have to see my parents and I'm grinding my teeth so much I've broken a tooth? I make myself sick at the thought of it. I'm an adult.
And your anxiety reduces when you start to slowly cut them out of your life.
Once I leave them for days after, I'm crashing out. This is not just there's someone... This is not the roll my eyes, they're so annoying, man, whatever. No. This is like your body physically reacts to it. And I think sometimes we need to take time and listen to what our body... Your body's physical reaction to... Your body remembers stuff. It's trying to keep you safe. Your body's like, bitch, anytime I'm around this people, I get sick. Keep me away from them. They're homophobic. They're abusive. Your dad's preaching to a congregation of 2 because he can't even keep adoring Nigerian Christians in a room. Do you know what it is to get your congregation to be like, you know what, we're out?
Yeah.
Like, most people like that at least keep about 5 to 10 people, no matter how bad they are. 5 to 10 people stay in that congregation. He couldn't even keep that. Now it's just your mum and your brother having to service everything.
That's just your family, hon.
He says he misses you, but he doesn't contact you, hasn't apologised, whatever. He's gross, he's disgusting, and that man does not get the privilege of being there at your best bits. And I think that's what... This might not be a good reason. Yeah. But for me, you're not coming because I know how happy it's going to make you. No.
Sometimes you got.
You don't get to share this with me, especially if I know that you might be gassed, but it's going to ruin my day. You're not going to be there at my graduation telling me that you must do this. I want you to do this. I want you to do this.
Shut the hell up.
I didn't grow up with my dad, but my dad came to my graduation, and for me, that was more. I wanted my mum to flex. I remember it so vividly being like, I want this for my mum. I want my mum to be able to show this man to be like, without you, look what my child did. And that's why I was fine for my dad to come. And this is somebody that was like, my dad wasn't abusive to me. I just didn't even, it wasn't even like he was mean to me in the household. I didn't, in fact, most of the memories I have of him are fine, but it just wasn't around. But I was just like, my mum is going to get this opportunity. And I remember saying it from when I was young. I want to say early teens, and I was like, my dad's not walking me down here. And who would have guessed it? I didn't think it would be because of death. I just thought it would. And that was something like, oh, you don't get to do
That's
that.
That's a privilege.
Yeah. You don't get to do that. That is a big moment for you. And in this moment of the like, you don't get to be here and floss that I've got PhD when I didn't want to do it. I did it because whatever. And then upon that, it's not even that you get to be here, be proud and everyone's happy. I know I'm now going to have a bad day. Exactly. Something that I worked for, something that I hate to do it. Now the graduation is not even going to be enjoyable because I'm now worrying about my abusive, creepy dad and to see if he's going to come out and insult me afterwards. I'm not on it.
Or who knows, he might start trying to put it on some of your student friends.
I'm not
there's so many,
on it.
Yeah, no, you're not on it. You're not coming and show me up. Not on my big day.
It's completely up to you if you want to lie or not. If you feel like you don't want to be like, hey, if you don't want to start the conversation like, guys, I don't want you here because blah, 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 blah. I don't see anything wrong to be like, oh, I can't invite guests.
Yeah, exactly. Just come up with something. Protect your peace.
Yeah, but like, unfortunately, I can't invite guests. Yeah.
I was going to say, like,
here is the link on Zoom if you don't want to watch it that desperately.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was going to say, like, cut off your like cut just the dad off. Then I remembered the mum, and then I got to the point of the mum. I was like, no, the mum enabled it. Like the mum protected.
What do you mean? It's okay. The dad's just from the village. Because my dad's from the village. You should be touching me up. Is that really insane?
No, don't put that on village people. Village people do not all behave that way. That's
what
insane.
Are we saying?
But she enabled the behavior. Like she knew that he was doing this, and she did not protect you. She also should be punished.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're not coming. Then stand your ground. Like, as in, like, pick you. Pick you for once. You've been picking their feelings, picking their thoughts. You did your PhD for them. You've done everything. Pick you. Sorry, if you nearly die and you don't change your life after, you should have quickly died.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think also they should just straight up not be invited to the graduation, and they should know that they're not being invited to the graduation, because all the anxiety that you've been left with over the years of your life, all the overthinking you've had to do, the ways in which it's manifested in your physical health and all the rest of it, let them sit at home and ponder and wonder and feel just even a tiny percentage of like what you've had to deal with for years and years and years. I think you have to remember, you don't owe people that have not protected you, that have abused you, you don't owe them anything. And because it's that whole complicated thing of these are parents and they've done good things for you, but they've also done bad things, I understand why those feelings must be so jacked up. It ties so nicely in with what we've been talking about today in general. But sometimes people need a taste of their own medicine.
And also, guess what? Guess the kind of parents who don't have a dream. Good supportive parents don't dream that you didn't invite them to their wedding.
Exactly.
Her self-conscious is speaking to her. She knows they've been invited.
She knows it's coming.
She knows it's coming. She knows that they don't deserve to be there.
Yeah.
Your lovely supporting mum who doesn't say that shit. In fact, it's a nightmare. She doesn't have a dream that you didn't invite her, because it's not even a thought. Her deep consciousness can't think that. Your mum is thinking that because she knows what they've done.
Yeah, guilt.
And she's trying to make you feel guilty that in fact, the dream might not have even happened. She just thought, shit, this girl might not invite us.
She might not invite us.
Yeah. And that's just saying she had a dream. Come like Martin Luther King. Get the fuck out of here. You lot are not coming, and I hope you practice how you felt in your dream.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
I straight up agree.
Yeah, pick
All
you.
Right. Cool. Next and last.
Next and last.
It says, hey guys, love you lots. I need help before I accidentally become the villain in someone's origin story. I've been with my boyfriend for about a year now. Lovely guy, kind, caring, would help an old lady cross the road.
Nice.
Unfortunately, he also makes music. Every car journey has become a hostage situation. I'm trying to listen to some J. Cole, some SZA, literally the sound of traffic, and he's there saying, wait, listen to this one, before pressing play on what can only be described as a cry for help.
Oh my God.
The issue is he started believing in himself. God forbid he's got confidence. A lot. He's talking about taking music. He's talking about taking music full time and quitting his job. Meanwhile, his current monthly Spotify listeners are his mum, me, and what I suspect is his second phone. I've tried being supportive. I've nodded. I've said that's hard still. I've even pretended certain bars went over my head when in reality they flew directly into a wall.
Oh, honey.
How do I gently explain that perhaps his true calling is securing more overtime shifts? Please help before I find myself secretly emailing Indeed job alerts to his phone. Love you guys, or loyal listener and even more loyal liar. That is a lovely light one to end on.
You have to stop lying to him. You have to stop telling him it's good. Yeah. You are the reason why he believes himself a lot. If you're saying, babe, that's hard, you know.
Hard is very descriptive.
Yeah, like, the other people won't get that one. Oh, that bar, what does that bar mean? Wow, I didn't even see it like that. You must stop lying to this man. You must, like as in, it's all fun and games until he says he wants to take it full time and is not talented. Fair enough if he was talented, and even hard enough if you're talented.
Exactly.
Even if you're talented, you don't get to make it.
Yep.
Let it know you're now on top, you're now not good.
Yeah.
Not my boyfriend, buddy.
Yeah, no. I definitely would I think I would ease my way in. I don't think I would go from 100 to 0 in the sense of like 1 minute we're listening to your car, I'm telling you you're amazing, to suddenly telling you to hang it up. I think I would do it gradually. I think I would discourage him from doing this full time. I would just really be heavy on the, babe, like you don't want to quit your job. Like this industry is hard. It's like people are not making money unless they're which is all, by the way, facts. Like people are not making money off of this industry unless they're touring, unless they're booking gigs. Like he's not going to be doing any of those things. So I would start there and slowly just become more and more like honest with the critique and with the feedback I'm giving him. But I think it would just be odd if you went straight from like, oh, you're amazing, you're sick, you're hard, to suddenly trying to dissuade him, because he's just going to be like, what the hell? So I would start from a very practical perspective of like, it's hard out here, do not quit your job. Like, do not. And like, you've really got to put your foot down and be strict when you say it. And then as and when he gives you more music, just be more critical of it until he doesn't think he's amazing anymore.
Yeah, sorry, no. We're just
no.
like, I could cry.
No, to think you've got talent at something like
I
that is
could
mad.
cry.
Yeah, that sounds like hell.
And why is nobody in your life saying the truth to you?
Why is it all on you?
And I think everybody thinks, I think there's like a Drake lyric along the lines of like, who tries to play his music, but don't listen to some J. Cole, whatever. I can't remember what the lyric was, but that's not your story. That's not your story. And also, do you know what? If he does make it, sometimes it's not that you're a villain in their story. You're the one who gives them a story. Do you know how many successful people are like, they never believed in me? People talk about it. And that's a whole thing. Maybe what you are going to give him is a story of someone who doesn't believe in him, but he makes it regardless. But the truth is, the likelihood of that man making it is not strong.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Let's be fair.
What would I do if every time I'm in the car, I just want to listen to my music or someone else
I'll
says...
just be like, oh, can we not today, babe? I'm so sorry. Can we just listen
give
to...
it a fucking break.
Yeah, can we just...
Have you ever had to listen to someone's music in front of them? I've had talented people do it to me. And it's not, I love listening to people's music, but not in front of them.
Yeah. Let me go away and ponder on it. Listening in front of them
makes me want to vomit.
That's
because now
pressure.
I'm like...
Yeah.
Like, because I want you to see that. Look, I'm really nodding
reacting.
my head so hard. And I'm like, oh, because I want you to... And the thing is, I love it. Give me a song and I'll call you back and give you a critique.
Yeah.
Give me a song and tell me to message you. But to do it in front of me, even when it's good, I don't know what to do. So don't make me do that when it's bad.
That's it sounds funny, but it's actually, it's quite stressful.
I remember going on a date with a musician once, thinking it was a date, and the whole time he was playing his music to me. It was like, and he's a really good musician. But I was like, oh, this is not what I thought this was.
Yeah, because I don't like new music of anyone, let alone people that are not established. Do you know what I mean? Like, even my favourite could drop new music. Like, there's a certain
It'll take
time
me a
and
minute
place.
to get into it.
Let me listen to it in my own time, in my own surroundings, and then we can, I don't even want to hear it at a concert, let alone the car. So, yeah, I don't know. But you have to discourage him, definitely. Do not let that man quit his job.
And it's not everything you need to stick by your man's side on. Just do that as a hobby, babe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's all.
Just keep grinding, do it as a hobby, but we're not quitting our job for this one. Let's let everybody be for real.
Make it very clear.
Yeah. But yeah, Hans, that's it.
That is the epitome of mic drop moment.
The mic literally drops. The mic was like, that's enough talking for you today. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. We hope that you enjoyed it. Like we said, remember, this is the last day. If you are listening to this today, on July the 8th
time next year,
of you to apply to sit here and, be the next ones up.
The next gen. New gen.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Any announcements?
No.
No announcements apart from all the things we've already said.
Exactly.
Look after yourself and each other.
R.I.P. Jerry Springer.
R.I.P. Jerry Springer. I've been your girl, Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey.
Bye.
Bye.